Welcome back, Fayettes and Fantasy Fiends 2, chapters 14 through 21 of Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine Mas. You're listening to Book for Two. I'm Scott.
And I'm Genevieve. If you're new here, welcome to our brand of chaos.
We bring the male and female perspectives, the wild theories, the heated debates, and of course,
the couples banter you never knew you needed, but now you can't escape.
She likes her books dripping with divine drama, questionable gods, and enough tension to make a therapist rich.
And he prefers his stories with end-of-the-world stakes, monster brawls, and plot twists that fire off faster than Poco's finger guns.
And every week we deep dive into the books that wreck your soul and make you cancel plans. And right now we are deep diving Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine Mas.
And once a month we shake things up with a standalone book review. So if you love unhinged theories, emotional damage, and two readers yelling about their fictional obsessions, you're in the right place.
Now it is time for our favorite part. What's new with the podcast and our actual lives. So, first one, our random lives have been a lot of fun.
So much fun. A lot more people have come in, and I don't know what's with the energy of the room, but just having a lot more fun.
I think it's probably the weed that we have been partaking in beforehand.
It could be the gardening. You could
Yeah,
be right.
Definitely the gardening, because that's giving us that.
We do get a little goofy.
Also gives you that, I wouldn't say liquid courage because it's not liquid. Vape courage? Yeah, vaporous courage. There you go. Vaporous.
It sounds very sophisticated.
Is that how you say it? Vaporous?
I don't think so.
Is that a word?
I don't know.
Anyway.
It sounds very sophisticated when I say it like that.
Yeah.
What's fun is vaporous condition.
What's fun is we keep swirling just like now with the whole snake thing.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
I forgot about that.
So snakes not, right? They stick together, literally.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain to you the other day. And that other.
Yeah. Lionheart, other cat, was really trying to warn us. And then our new adopted person, Lynn, just came out of nowhere. She found a whole graphic on how snakes mate and everything.
A flow chart? There was a
flow chart. There you go.
I don't understand. I didn't look it up.
And then I made the mistake of actually watching a video, and it was two king cobras. And let me just say, the male king cobra's got some moves.
Maybe that's where
you guys get all this monster.
Kama Sutra come from.
Where all this monster romance you guys love, weirdos.
I'm not saying nothing about nothing.
What?
Anywho.
Okay, let's talk about our current reads real quick. So I am still, of course, slow rolling for Whom the Bell Tolls. Not because it's bad, obviously, because it's very emotional. And I do thank all the fans, Kat, everybody, for warning me when I'm going to cry. That way I can not be in public. So I'm able to read some chapters in public because you guys have been warning me so I can go through a little bit faster. But now that I know when I'm going to cry, I can strategically space it out, right?
I do not know what those chapters are, and I am about to make the mistake of listening to it at work.
So I'm at the part where they just had sexy trivia night. So it's right there.
Okay.
So whatever happens after that.
So that's why I am very excited to be reading it again, because then I'm going to remember as it's happening. I'm also going to read Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. I'm not really doing a good job with that. I'm still on the exact same page I was last week.
Is it boring?
No, it's not boring. I just haven't had time.
Oh, okay.
And we've been excited about For Whom the Bell Tolls and Bonds of Hercules. So I just haven't really sat down and read it. So it was very interesting. So I was very excited to start it, and I just haven't sat down to read it.
Yeah, speaking of For Whom the Bell Tolls and exciting news, we are interviewing the author For Whom the Bell Tolls, J.C. Lynn. So her lit agent reached out to us while I was working one night, and I freaked the hell out. And I, of course, asked if it was real, because there's like, why us? We are what?
I love the first question. Is this real? This better not be a scam. Is this real?
Who the hell are we? No offense to us, but I'm just saying, like,
no offense to us, but
who? Yeah. So then she said she was going to reach out Tuesday, which was yesterday as of this recording. We don't know what happened in our TikTok, but she had sent messages during the weekend that we apparently missed. So Tuesday I'm looking, I was like, 3 p.m. haven't heard from yet. I know she's busy. Let's see what happens. I'll check the messages just in case. And then boom, there they were. And it said from Friday, which was weird.
I swear.
Yeah, we checked.
I swear. I checked this weekend because I wanted to make sure that I didn't mistake what she had said.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how I feel about words. So I went back to reread the words several times, and I swear that was not there. And It's really weird. For some reason, it wasn't supposed to happen on Friday, for whatever reason.
Yep. So as soon as I picked up the kids, I rushed home and just furiously started typing. And then I started freaking out because I kept getting wrong messages and I kept rechecking the emails. And then it was just a giant mess. And I finally got a hold of her. And she said, "Oh, I can talk to you in 20 minutes." And then we talked, and she's a very lovely lady. Her name's Amy. And she said, hopefully we'll be doing the interview end of January. JC's very busy right now. And with that said, because we love our listeners more than anything, you're a family to us, we want to have your input as well. So we do want to do a segment where you guys get to ask questions. So if you have a question for JC Lynn, make sure you send your question to bookedfor2podcast@gmail.com. We'll try to get as many questions in as possible. We're not going to be able to get everybody in.
Don't make them ridiculous questions, guys. Within reason. Within reason.
Yeah, and
We understand our podcast within reason. Whatever that entails.
and let's stay away from the bland questions. Oh, what's your writing process? But no, we want to get
We're a
to
deep
know.
dive.
We want to know things about the book, things about her as a person, because she's a great person, a great author. So we want to know more about the person behind the book and behind the Hell's Bell series.
All right.
Next up is book club. The book for December is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett.
This sounded so cute.
So the description is a curmudgeonly professor journeys to a small town in the far north to study fairy folklore and discovers fae, magic, friendship, and love.
All right, we have a tentative date of Monday, December 22nd at Salt and Story in Niceville, Florida at 6 p.m. Central Time. If you're not local, you can join us live on our Discord channel. Link is in the episode descriptions and on our socials.
Lastly, if you're a local business in the Panhandle, or if any of our listeners are business owners, preferably small business, we would like to partner with you and get your business out there to our listeners.
If this is something you are interested in, please email us at bookedfor2podcast@gmail.com. As two people who own small businesses, as well as this podcast being a small business, we would love to help others out. Okay, before we hit play on the trauma, quick warning. This episode will contain spoilers for Bonds of Hercules. Consider this your official spoiler shield.
Fair warning, this show's more Tarantino than Christmas Hallmark. You might even say it's dark Hallmark. There's sex, violence, bad language, and worse decisions. You've been warned.
Last week, the universe said plot twist and gave us titans with wings. Alexis survived the impossible, leveled up in front of all of Rome, and earned herself the title Angel of Rome. Oh, not a big deal, just casually becoming a myth.
And the Broody Bunch, they watched the footage and realized Alexis has powers no Spartan is supposed to have. Zero training, full annihilation. What could go wrong? Meanwhile, her husbands were going unnecessarily jealous, while Achilles and Patros slid in with a very casual, "Hey, if you want to ditch your marriage, just almost kill them. Till almost death do they part."
Alexis was still sorting through her feelings for the Broody Bunch, all while getting whiplash between devotion, rage, and everyone around her needing therapy they'll never attend.
This week, things look calm. Augustus is out here hauling Titans through Rome like it's a strongman competition. Kharon is keeping to his daily routine that includes stalking Alexis on that list.
We get sweetness, guilt-ridden attempts at emotional honesty, and Augustus and Kharon trying their best not to unhinge themselves in front of her. Mild success. Alexis is spiraling. The boys are spiraling harder. And the animal protectors have officially switched teams and are following her around like she's the world's most stressed Disney princess.
There's also a casual trip to Montana that turns into a murder errand, a primordial being living in a trailer for reasons unknown, and a whole lot of "is she growing crazy" energy from Ceres.
All right, put on your tinfoil hat, steady your finger guns, and welcome back to Bonds of Hercules. The storm hits now.
All right, before we head out, if you're still listening, hit follow and leave a quick review. It's free, takes almost no time, and it helps more people like you find the show. We put a lot into this every week, so that small thing goes a very long way.
And if you're not already part of our little chaos corner online, why not? Come hang out. We post sneak peeks, unfiltered nonsense. We go live every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central on TikTok. Sometimes it's deep theories. Sometimes it's Scott accidentally reading smut to the internet. Sometimes we talk about snakes. You really never know what you're going to get.
Join our Discord, damn it. It's people losing their minds over plot twists, dropping unfiltered takes, and somehow bonding over it. If that sounds like your therapy, get in there.
And for my visual learners and facial expression enthusiasts, YouTube is officially live. Full episodes, full spirals, and every single side eye I throw at Scott. All preserved in HD glory.
And hey, we've got merch. Grab something if you want to support the show. We have new shirts and hoodies. So, what if Rowan and his cadre were a K-pop band? Come see for yourself.
We're talking t-shirts for your book hangovers, mugs for your emotional support caffeine, notebooks for your unhinged theories, and even vanity plates. It's branded chaos. Okay, spoiler shields up. This episode covers Bonds of Hercules, and Jasmine Mas gave us a full content warning, which we are passing on. Quote,
This book contains excessive violence, language, and a brief allusion to sexual violence. Please take care of yourself while reading.
if any of these aren't your jam, now's your chance to tap out. All right, warnings dropped, tea's hot, chaos is unlocked.
Let's dive into episode 42, chapters 14 through 21 of Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine Mas.
Let's turn the page. The Eldest Heir, chapter 14.
Augustus is hauling Titans, carrying his wife, and bleeding from the eyes. It is just another Tuesday.
Augustus plods through Rome's side streets like he's speed running a video game, 3 chained Titans in tow. Alexis limp in his arms, and Kharon hobbling beside him like a disgruntled NPC. Poco is clinging to his back, worrying over Alexis, while Fluffy Jr., now roughly the size of a horse,
Of course.
with none of the expected proportions, trots alongside them. The hellhounds flicker in and out like someone keeps toggling their visibility settings, guiding the group towards a Thonic Safehouse. The secret entrance turns out to be a push latch and a key under the welcome mat. I usually love that.
Inside, Augustus locks the pulsing flesh-winged Titans in the cellar and turns his attention to cleaning everyone up. A glance in the mirror stops him cold. He's bleeding from the eyes even without using his powers. What the fuck? And then he cracks the sink just by touching it. Something is changing, and not in the fun Spider-Man discovered his power way, but instead of spiraling, he slaps Kharon across the face and orders him to shower. That's a good way to do that.
And then he softens instantly and turns back to Alexis. He asks for permission before removing her clothes.
Aw, gentlemen.
Yes. He doesn't fully understand her feelings about nudity, but he respects them anyways, which is lovely.
Isn't it a Spartan thing? Spartans are just
nudity?
used
Yeah.
to the nudity.
Yeah, that's
They're
just,
immortals, of course.
yeah, they just walk around all nude.
Well,
That's normal. So what she thinks is abnormal is their normal. He carries her into a kind of luxury shower setup people put on Pinterest vision boards. My Pinterest vision board is what I'm talking about. Jets on all sides, a built-in bench. Think full spa fantasy. I'm imagining some palm fronds. Anyways, he washes her hair with painstaking care, shampooing, conditioning, cleaning every wound, and murmuring gentle praise about her strength and intelligence. All the while, he's fighting this internal clash between what he's always believed, women shouldn't be fighting, and the undeniable truth that she just nearly soloed 2 winged titans by herself. Beyonce said it first. Wait, do I care about Beyonce these days?
When Alexis stirs to thank him, he nearly shatters. He knows the humans saw her worth long before he did. She's selfless in ways Spartans aren't. She's protective, compassionate, constantly giving without anyone giving back. He whispers that they don't deserve her, right as Kharon barges in with a "no shit, Sherlock" at full volume, thinks it was nearly one-eared hearing calibration. Kharon basically tells him to stop being a little bitch and says that they're going to be the monsters for her because she isn't. And it was at this moment that Kharon decided that it was a great time for a shower nap.
Augustus tucks them both into bed with Olympian healing coma juice, lovely, then gives Poco the spa treatment he absolutely deserves. And Poco ends up curled around Alexis's neck like a tiny furry guardian. All right, Augustus showers, gears up, and plants himself at the front door to stand watch while the hellhounds gather around Fluffy Jr., whose increasingly horse-shaped body still isn't computing for him. Come on, guys. As hours pass, Augustus watches Alexis breathe, counting each rise and fall until something in him shifts. It's not duty anymore. It's peace.
You said duty.
I did say duty. It's peace, a calm he's never known, and even their marriage bond settles into the same quiet contentment. He whispers her a promise in Latin, one that feels like a vow and a warning all at once. If he can't move heaven, he will absolutely raise hell.
And we're just going to go ahead and just move down to the quote because that is the quote of this chapter.
It is.
As soon as I read that, I was like, I was like, I gotta hear that in Aiden Snow's voice.
And
What?
was it? And
Yeah. Yeah. I tingled a little bit. Not tingled.
I remember.
Was
You're
it?
not supposed to be talking about tingling.
Wasn't it? Hey, tingling's okay.
Remember, you said that it was a
I
word that
know.
guys aren't supposed to say.
I know. Peter Tingle. It really was a Peter Tingle.
A Peter.
Yeah. Remember when we were riding in the car and we were listening to this?
Oh, I wrote it back.
That was my first time listening in the car, and it was vibrating. The seat.
like,
I was like, whoa. Okay, I get it now. I get why you guys listen to these things.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. All right, real quick, let's toss some shit.
Yes, let's talk some shit. The biggest takeaway, I think, is Augustus is changing, right?
Oh.
He's got dark circles around his eyes that are almost black, stained with streaks that match the scar across his face. Streaks? That sounds like an infection. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Stubble covered his lower jaw. Purple veins protruded from his neck. What? Like, does this man not take his shirt?
Wait, maybe this is the marriage bond.
Okay.
I think
that's what I'm thinking. This is the marriage bond.
And I went back to the last chapter of Blood of Hercules. We read it together. She could be causing this herself. That's
I'm
a tinfoil
wondering.
hat.
I'm wondering, if there's something that she's doing because it seems blood related.
She says that she can see and feel the strings of the bond.
Maybe
she can
they
tug
all
on them
can.
herself. I don't think they're as aware of the bond as she is. They can feel the bond, but I don't. She's specifically talking about she can feel the strings individually. And at the end, she was making them hurt while they sleep. So maybe she's doing it.
Maybe
here.
her agony about it causes them agony.
But you and I also have the theory that this is a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation.
Yes.
Because there's 2 chapters called The Monster. The first one is when I said she turns into the monster when she's looking in the mirror with the eye, the ear when she's a kid. And that could be her transformation into the monster, dual personalities.
Yeah.
And all the time, that would explain time warps.
That would explain time warps. That would explain some of the thoughts where it sounds like she's arguing with herself.
Either way,
sometimes
she is the monster that is also in the fate thing. Whether she's aware she's a monster or not, that is the question. That's the tinfoil hat.
Oh, I like that.
So with Augustus changing, because Augustus isn't sleeping either. He's exhausted. So does that mean now his point of views are skewed as well?
Maybe.
So do we not trust anyone's point of view at this point?
And he does talk about how tired he is. He hasn't slept in days.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he's an unreliable narrator now, too.
They all are, I think.
So
we're going to get the truth at the end. But
all right. Let's put on our tinfoil hats.
I think they've been on. Trust me.
Okay. I found my hat. There was a lot of mention of titanium. The locks, the hooks, the handcuffs. So I think this must have some effect on Titans. Did we get that information somewhere and I missed it?
It's possible, and titanium has the word Titan in it. You know how iron is always bad for fairies and shit? The Fae?
Yeah.
This could be Titans, titanium. No,
I like it.
It's a trope.
Titan, titanium. I wonder. Oh, yeah.
It's a trope because all the Fae are always affected by iron.
Yeah.
Iron is always the main metal that affects shit in all these magic worlds for some reason.
Is there a reason behind that?
I have no idea. I do want to look that up.
There's something about the components of iron that actually block things.
Yeah.
I bet there is. It's just historically believed to repel, contain, or harm ghosts, fairies, witches, or other malevolent supernatural creatures.
Oh, so this has been around forever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's just historical.
Iron is supposed to counteract magic, hence leaves the fairies unprotected.
Okay. Man, we need to get better at our witchcraft. Look at the history of our witchcraft. Struggling. Yeah, good to know. So I'm just guessing maybe the titanium is like
there.
iron.
Yeah. For Titans.
That's the only thing
I like it. Okay. What about this strange agony coursing down his spine?
Oh, that's the marriage bond.
Do you have a pick for this chapter?
My pick was the quote.
Love it.
As soon as I saw that quote at the end, I was like, yeah, it's a good quote.
The quote and also, speaking of tropes, the taking care of someone after they are wounded, that is a trope as well.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like that whole taking care of them.
The Rowan and Selena. Yeah, it's a trope.
Yep.
Remember, Selena, you can stay in my bed while you heal. Yeah.
Oh, no. I may or may not have been like, giggle. All right. That plays into my pick for this chapter is that I appreciated his perspective and how sweet and gentle he was with Alexis and that he was showering her with praise, but not about her beauty. It was about how smart she was and how brave she was and all the things that he had seen her do and not who she is physically. And I
Well,
appreciated that about
that's why I
that.
think Augustus is a complicated character because he says some things like this where he sounds very feminist and very sweet. Because, for instance, he asked her first, "Can I take off your clothes?" Which is obviously the right thing to do.
They are trying.
Well,
That's what it seems like. He is trying.
yeah, but he still married her without permission and still
Yes.
also believes that women shouldn't fight in the crucible. So a little sexist, a little bit.
Very much.
Not in
But he's
like,
coming to terms with it. He's coming to
yeah.
terms with how much of a shit he and Kharon were for trapping her.
Oh, yeah. And that's character growth. That's what we want. We want
Yep.
character growth.
We want growth. Yes.
Exactly.
All
Okay.
right.
Last but not least, lore talk. So apparently all the Broody Bunch have safe houses.
It
Makes
sounds
sense.
like that there are multiple safe houses. So it's not just going to be one per group of people. I think it's just they're spread out probably. But it sounds like they just all have the same layout. So you could walk in blind.
My guess is these were built during the Great War. So the Spartans probably have no clue about these, or not Spartans, the Olympians have no clue about these. And probably might come into play later. Not
For
this
sure.
specific safe house, but finding another safe house.
Safe
Yeah.
house. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
knowing where the key is under the mat instead of it
Mhm.
being like some kind of sophisticated lock mechanism, which is very entertaining.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Are you ready to turn the page?
Let's do it.
Satan's Touch, Chapter 15. Alexis. 3 days later. Post healing coma.
Oh, yeah. You messed up and allowed me to write notes for this chapter. So here we go.
I'm honestly scared and I just skimmed over this to just let it happen. This chapter begins with Satan, Kharon, whispering sweet nothings about stalking her in her ear. I think he's supposed to be reading The Art of Seduction, not The Art of Kidnapping. Anywho, Alexis warned them it's not healthy because they're injured or stalking. Definitely isn't healthy. But Kharon says, fuck it.
Now, I can see where some might read the scene as essay. However, Jen and I discussed it, and as two people who have this dynamic, we believe she is being bratty and enjoying herself. It's a BDSM dynamic, and I can even read the definition. So it is a submissive role in a BDSM dynamic where a person enjoys being playfully defiant, cheeky, and rebellious. This often involves instigating punishments, talking back, and being forced is in quotes, into activities instead of being given simple commands, creating a dynamic of tension and playful power exchange with a dominant partner.
I would never.
And she's not the only one with a fun little kink because Augustus is back in control and directing them like he's Wes Anderson, the Grand Budapest orgy, if you will. I do like the moves that he's pulling on her, a little hair pull to get the back arched up, makes it easier to devour y'all, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But and then she started yanking back as well. Now, unfortunately, you can't do that to me.
I have my hair a certain length for a reason.
I'm talking about me. You
Yeah,
can't.
I know. But I have mine a certain length. When I have them cut my hair, I tell them that it still has to be grabbable.
However, you usually just cut my head anyway and makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, it's got a good grip to it because
Yeah.
it's bald. It's lovely.
There you go. But now, there was a brief mention of blue veins. And no, ladies, it was not on his big, juicy, thick, meaty, purple-headed yogurt sleener. Thank you, Varsity Blues.
Oh, my God.
Look, I'm not complaining about Meg Sylvan. She did a great job. But could we at least have gotten Aiden and President Roosevelt to voice the dialogue for the boys, at least for the fun chapters? And by President Roosevelt, I do mean Teddy Hamilton.
Poor Teddy.
Because I'm over here taking notes from a man Augustus. No wonder I became a fan of his. And adding his voice to his praising would literally melt everyone. That's probably why he's not in this. It would literally cause a worldwide flood.
Just listen to that part of the chapter over and over. Maybe that's the parts of the book that they're listening to on repeat. All right, so thoughts of the Titans start to flood her head, and she wanted none of it. She was using the pleasure as another way to disassociate herself from the PTSD. You're going to take me, Kharon ordered. Hey, I was pretty good at that. That sounded
There
like
you
her.
go. I was worried that you were going to make me take that one and compete with Teddy.
No,
So
I won't do that.
Yeah. But again, no hate on Meg. Teddy would have killed it with that line.
Yeah. All right. The rest of the scene had some fun moves involving him swiping his credit card and intensifying his powers. This girl has the best self-control I've ever seen or read about. Kharon wanted to go further, but Augustus still had to be the responsible eldest heir and stop any and all penal penetration due to current injuries. I should have read this before. Good Lord.
You're welcome for penal penetration. I purposely picked that sentence out for you, by the way.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. So now, ladies, don't put your toys and finger guns away yet, because Augustus used his finger guns to cause a messy murder scene. Now, I myself prefer the Spider-Man method,
Oh my God.
if you know what I'm saying. And then she finally got a look at Kharon's triumphant, veiny, weeping, Jasmine Mas's words, not mine, penis. And it's a honker.
Oh my God.
Okay, I hope everyone enjoyed their time, because if you haven't finished, this next scene will bring down an arousal faster than an evangelical Christian.
Ooh.
As memory hits Alexis of her left ear being lopped off and Kharon giving her his, and this did not go over well.
She's freaking out because it was her deaf ear.
Ooh.
Kharon sees it as no big deal. In fact, it's normal for Spartans to give pieces of themselves to others. Nyx tries to calm her down by saying Kharon was an idiot and didn't know any better. True. So she finally lets them in on her secret. She is partially deaf and has been this whole time in her left side. They ask her how it happened, and she gave the typical answer most victims give. She got it from an accident.
They don't believe her, of course, and keep trying to pry the truth out of her, but in this moment, she realized something huge. And no, not how big Kharon's cock is, that she isn't afraid of them anymore. They laugh it off, saying she doesn't know what they're capable of, and she claps back.
Maybe you two don't know what I'm capable of.
Mic drop. All right, let's talk some shit.
Let's.
She ain't afraid no more.
She's not. Do you think that's just because she knows she's got him wrapped around her little finger?
Yeah. She's a monster now. She's angry. And they keep doing shit to piss her off. Giving the ear without permission. They keep doing stuff without her permission. That's why
that is the key. They need to start talking and getting permission and consent, and that's what this is all about.
Exactly.
She is her own person. She needs her own agency, and they need to wake the fuck up.
Augustus kind of figured it out, because last chapter he at least asked her, hey, can I take off your clothes while I bandage you up and all that shite?
They're trying.
Yes.
So
Kharon is just a little off.
He's
trying.
Very rough.
He's trying. Yeah, I mean, if this is one way of him apologizing by credit card sliding her vagina, yeah.
She wasn't not about it.
I didn't say that. However, somebody, and I'm not going to mention names, did say that the sex scenes, and this sex scene in particular, doesn't give anything to the story. And I think that person did not read on where she has a flashback to her fight with the Titans. And it literally says that she's welcoming this pleasure to get rid of that pain, to forget it, because that's PTSD. And a lot of people use sex and things like that as a way to push that down so they don't have to feel those emotions. That's what she's doing here.
Wouldn't that also be what angry sex is, really?
Yeah.
A different way.
Not dealing with your emotions and using sex as an outlet.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Outlet. It's not that complicated when you read words.
It's really not. All right.
No, but it was a sexy scene, though. I was like, yeah.
I have listened to it a couple of times.
I'm sure you did. But
I was doing it for notes. Science.
Right. Now, I do think that had they added Aiden's voice for Augustus and Teddy's voice for Kharon, y'all would have just been melted already.
I know you can't wear through a tape, and I just aged myself extremely by even having the thought. I'm going to go cry in the corner now.
Now, I get why.
Wear out the tape is what I was going to say. And I was like.
Now, I get why it's separated, because this is Alexis's chapter, so Meg reads it. And it's also cheaper that way, because they just send, here's your parts that you read, here's the parts that you read, here's the parts that you read. And Jasmine's a very brand new author, so I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, it still would have been fun to hear their voices say that.
It definitely would have been. I also saw something on TikTok that made me have a different perspective on the narrators, that while her voice does not meet that register, she's also showing her range.
Oh, yeah.
That gave me a new appreciation for the books that don't have the male narrators come in for the male parts, because they have to learn to lower or raise their register. So she may not be great at it yet, but she's working on it. I didn't mind it.
I
It
didn't say-
doesn't
no,
bother
no,
me.
I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's what they should have done. Meg did a fantastic job. What I'm saying is,
If they did.
yeah.
No, I get what you're saying.
And just for the spicy chapters, not for any time they're mentioned in Alexis's chapters, just for the fun chapters, just to get you guys going and have some
just
fun.
have those phrases in there.
Because I imagine you would just send them the sentences, here, just say this real quick, because you wouldn't even have to have them and Meg in the same building. You just be like, here, quickly, say
Just
this.
say this sentence.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be hot.
Or, yeah, just send them a little, here's what's happening in the scene. Say this real quick. Yeah.
What's that app where you can have an actor like call your friend for their birthday or send them a video like happy birthday from Iron Man or from what is that called?
I have no idea because I have never heard of that. But I've heard of that with like actors and other things doing that. Because I remember when Snakes on a Plane came out.
Yeah.
You could call a phone number
Mhm.
and it would be Samuel L. Jackson talking like snakes on a motherfucking plane and shit. Dude, we peaked in the 2000s. I'm just saying.
Cameo.
That's right. Yeah. I do remember Cameo. Yeah.
Cameo. So you can get athletes, celebrities, musicians. It says 21,000 plus celebrities. So Cameo. Cameo is what I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
So I think that would be cool.
That would be cool.
You could just feed them lines. Anyways.
We squirreled.
We did.
So tinfoil hat time.
Yes.
You want to know if they're going to go see their foster father.
Yes.
Obviously.
Okay.
Because they got to protect her.
That was easy enough.
They must protect her at all costs.
All right, let's talk about this quote. I like this quote.
Go ahead.
He couldn't have said something earlier. It was more a thought than a direct quote.
Yeah.
But he couldn't have said something earlier before they got all hot and bothered and right before the penal penetration, as it were.
All right, so let's go down to our picks. My pick was I was go ahead and say it. As
proclivities.
My kinks. Yeah, the things. I appreciate
what
Augustus.
You're into.
I appreciate Augustus, and I also appreciate Alexis.
Me too.
Which goes down to your pick.
It is. I love that she's a brat.
Yeah, it's almost things were destined with our cosplays.
It is, yeah.
Weird. Spicy moment, yeah.
This one's for
Lots
me.
of spicy moment. Okay, finger guns everywhere. Probably at home with all the ladies, unless you like to do the Spider-Man like I do. I just feel like I get better vibration with the Spider-Man, you know?
Well, now you guys know.
Then I have the option, because you got, a pinky that likes to rub the balloon knot.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then you have the other finger who's like, whenever it's welcome to come in there and join the party, if you will.
Regardless, I am never going to look at Happy Gilmore the same. Any finger guns now, I'm going to think of this scene.
True. Shooter. Oh, God, now. Dude, I feel like TikTok's ruining a lot of sex for us lately. Now finger guns are weird because of Shooter McGavin. You just weirded that for us. Thanks. And then
that's immediately what it was like.
Then you have that TikTok video that we've sent around everyone. I don't know if everyone's seen it, where the girl dresses up as a guy. She has a little pencil mustache, and it says POV of when the guy says, "Look me in the eyes," and it's her acting like a guy making weird faces, and then it cuts to this guy like, but the guy's right. He's I can never do it again because I'll be honest. Last time, right after we watched that video, I like grabbed the back of your head and I was like getting ready to look you in the eye. Let's make this intimate. And then all I could think was that video. So I just looked down like, and then we talked about it and you said you thought the same thing. You were like, what'd you say?
I was going to be funny and grab you by the chin in a complete role reversal and be like, eyes up here. I almost made myself laugh thinking about doing it. So
had we made that eye contact, it would have been over. It would have been over at the eye contact.
All right, we'll come back to this later.
But I'm glad we talked about it because, like, now that's over. We can I might laugh every now and then.
Yeah. Well, now if we start laughing, it'll be like, oh,
yeah, we'll know what
they're
it's
probably
about.
thinking about that. And then the other person will probably start laughing. So it'll be entertaining.
I'm just glad I don't do finger guns now because now you've ruined it with Shooter. Like, people might be switching to the Spider-Man. Telling you, Spider-Man's where it's at.
All right.
It's
everybody let us know. Spider-Man or finger guns?
I just have more control. I'm just saying.
All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
Sure.
Let's go. Your pain is mine. Chapter 16, Alexis.
Alexis is done playing nice. Her husbands are 2 seconds from feral, and the animal squad has officially chosen sides. Things are about to get messy.
Alexis snaps into full villain mode the moment the chapter opens, dropping a cold, maybe you don't know me at all. That Kharon somehow interprets as an immediate threat. Augustus has zero interest in refereeing their emotional slap fight, so he poofs off to deliver the Titans. So while he's gone, Alexis gets dressed, Nick's belt and all. And when Augustus returns, he asks Kharon to poof them back to the villa. Alexis clocks that nobody even bothered to ask her whether she could do it. She could have, in case anybody was wondering.
Back at the villa, Alexis is still reeling over Kharon's gruesomely heartfelt ear sacrifice, equal parts generous and horrifying, and the spiral hits hard. She tells him she doesn't think whatever this is between them is healthy. Facts. Augustus pushbacks. Sorry, babe, there's no going back. They're trying to do better for her. She's about to respond when the dickhead duo poofs in, Patro and Achilles. These two have apparently lost their goddamn minds. Her husbands go dead silent and deathly still, murderous intent radiating off them like a Marvel villain team-up. Thankfully, Alexis is physically between the boys and the killers.
Patro starts rambling apologies, saying he told Achilles they shouldn't have left her. Achilles doesn't even bother to say anything. Typical. Alexis wants to confront him, but survival comes first, because Kharon and Augustus have slipped into full executioner mode. Their hearing might as well be turned off. Alexis begs them, talk first, but they're locked in. Of course, Nyx pokes her head out of Alexis's sweatshirt like she bought front row tickets to the carnage. Alexis tries one last desperate, I forgive them! A lie. But the moment Augustus's gaze flicks to her new ear and Kharon's temple vein pulses,
The one on the forehead, behave.
she knows it's over.
They move across the marble too fast for her eyes to track. Augustus lunges for Achilles. Kharon slams Patro to the ground. Neck brace be damned, and all the animal protectors jump into battle. Alexis finally screams, and something in the air cracks. Kharon is mid-knockout punch when he suddenly slams his fist into the marble floor instead, and sharp agony explodes in Alexis's hand. She's feeling his pain. Then her focus shifts to Augustus, and she's hit with a stabbing migraine. The same kind she started getting right when Augustus began bleeding from the eyes. What is happening with her bond?
When Alexis tries to help Patro up, Kharon accidentally elbows her in the solar plexus, and both husbands grunt like they took the hit. The realization hits like a horror movie twist. They are physically connected. Their pain is shared. Augustus immediately pukes over the revelation while Kharon panics about whether Alexis can feel his constant knee agony. Still hell-bent on being independent and desperate not to be coddled, Alexis lies and says, I don't feel anything. And they bought it.
Then Patro apologizes again from the floor. He's only 22, practically her age, but Alexis can't just tell him it's fine. Instead, she tells all of them to stop fighting. Augustus is baffled. They left her to die. Why wouldn't they retaliate? Her answer,
because I won't treat any of you like you treated me.
Then she steps back and lays them clean out. She won't be another excuse for their violence, won't become like them, and she calls out their worst traits. Misogynistic, cruel, hyper-aggressive. They attack without asking a single question.
As she speaks, Fluffy Jr. and Nyx join her. And then the unthinkable happens. Hoko leaves Augustus and climbs onto Alexis's shoulder, tiny fists on his hips. Then Hell and Hound flank her? And for the first time ever, they speak, we protect. At least Alexis heard them. When Alexis turns to leave, Augustus whisper pleads, wait. But she just shakes her head and walks away with their animal protectors at her side. Absolute boss level exit. Let's talk some shit.
Okay.
All right, first up, they can feel each other's pain. All three of them.
Yeah.
That explains the last chapter then, right? Chapter 14, with Augustus feeling the pain in his back. That's from Alexis's back being wide open.
Yeah, that's from the bond.
Not from the bond, from her back being flayed open,
yeah,
right?
from the bond.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's all from the bond. I'm not saying the bond caused the back pain. I'm just saying she got
because
the pain
of
from
the bond.
Yeah.
So they're each feeling each other's pain. So she straight up lied to them. I understand. Do you understand why she lied?
Yeah, because she doesn't want to know that she has control of the bond. But I don't think she knows about this. I'm saying she doesn't know about the pain. She doesn't know that she can feel pain and they can feel her pain. Because she was causing them pain is what I'm saying. She knows the bond's there and can feel it. She said that at the end of Blood of Hercules. This was a surprise to her because she didn't know that they can feel each other's pain. She can cause them pain, which is what she was doing through the bond. But she didn't know that they can feel each other's pain. That's why she was surprised.
So I'm confused.
With what?
My eyes shot open. I woke up with a broken gasp. Sleep paralysis locked my limbs, and every cell in my body screamed with pain. Deep male snores echoed around the room. The three of us were lying in a decadent four-poster bed. Memories of my husband's smug expression stabbed at me. Hellfire ignited in my chest, and it burned hot. Hatred filled me. They won't get away with this. They'll pay for tricking me. 2 new cords, chains, scorched my chest, singeing as they wrapped tighter around my heart. Like the marriage bond could feel my displeasure. Augustus and Kharon moaned with pain in their sleep. There were consequences to marrying a monster. They'd begun for them.
Yeah, see? They'd begun for them. That tells me that she is causing it because...
Maybe I take that in 2 ways. I can definitely see your point because that's where I've been this whole time. But I'm wondering if it's because she's so upset. You know how Augustus finally accepted and it went content? I'm wondering if because she's not, that's what this is. The marriage bond can feel that she's still upset.
So you're thinking that's metaphor. She's a monster, not she actually is a monster.
Yes. I think she can be a monster. She has the power to do it.
I think she is the monster. It's in the Fate prophecy. There's 2 chapters in Blood of Hercules that call her the monster, and it's very significant because we went back and forth. That's when she said she became the monster, and at the end she said monster's about to get him, basically. And it even said in that chapter, memories of what happened fired her up. So that makes me also think it's possible that this is a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation because it said memories, but again, it could just be overall memories too because I don't know.
I don't know either.
I do think she's the monster. Whether she's aware of it or not, that's the question.
Yes, I am leaning more and more towards a alternate personality of some sort.
Yeah.
That is the monster.
And that would also explain, if it was a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, why she would be surprised here as well that she can feel the pain because she would be Alexis here and not the monster. The monster, it sounds like, is fully aware of the feeling. It even said it, whether it's causing the pain or not, but it's fully aware of what's happening. The monster is. Where Alexis is, wait, what? So that's what makes me think it still could be Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, if you think about it that way. To where this is Alexis seeing things for the first time. The monster already knows, but Alexis doesn't.
Maybe.
Because that's how dual personalities work.
We talked about her lying to them about feeling their pain. Do you think that's going to come into play later?
Yeah, of course. It's probably going to come into play right after our little cliffhanger.
Oh, you're probably right.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about one more tinfoil I had.
Okay.
There was a strange pressure around her heart just before the Crimson Duo showed up. What did we just call them? The Dickhead Duo? The Dickhead Duo showed up. It says, there was a strange pressure around my heart. I opened my mouth to say something, anything, but then the duo showed up.
It's the same pressure she felt in the monster. The squeezing around her heart. It's the same pressure. She's just not aware of it because she's Alexis.
What if that's just the marriage bond?
That's what I just said. It is the marriage bond. That's the pressure.
Wrapped tighter around my heart. Okay.
Yeah, that's what was happening when she was the monster in chapter 36. It was wrapping around her heart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if she is aware, this wouldn't have been the first time she felt it because she would have felt it as the monster. So this is her first time as Alexis feeling a strange pressure around her heart. Her first time as Alexis feeling the pain from her husband's.
I think we're reading way too deep into
I
that.
don't.
Okay. That's
Think about everything is about dual. Everything is dual in this book, in this series. Huh. What was the very first thing in this book, that word that I'm not even going to try to pronounce with the definition?
Agathocacological.
Yeah, that one.
Agathocacological? Whatever it is.
Yeah, but read it real quick.
Composed of both good and evil. According to Greek mythology, humans were originally created with 4 arms, 4 legs, and a head with 2 faces. Fearing their power, Zeus split them into 2 separate parts, condemning them to spend their lives in search of their other halves.
Yes. 2 faces.
So did she just luck out and both of her faces are within herself?
That could be it, because we might be thinking that her partnership is one of the 4, and it's not. It's herself. So it's chthonic and Olympian.
Ooh.
Because you need both to survive. Look, I am a Taoist. If anyone knows anything about duality, it's me.
Yes.
I have a damn tattoo of the yin and yang on me. This is simple yin and yang. It's like this in almost every religion pops up that you can't have one without the other.
Are you sure it's not just that the men are supposed to be the evil?
Nope.
Okay.
Because they're already evil. Because it doesn't make sense because she's already half chthonic. So she doesn't need them to complete that part of herself.
But she doesn't want to be evil.
It's not about being evil. It's about controlling the monster, becoming the monster, and owning that part of yourself.
Oh.
This is also a little bit of therapy. This is about owning the monster. Like, we all have the capacity for good and evil, right?
Yes.
But this is, and like you said, with the monster, if you don't control it, it can get out of hand. It can get out of control. So once you realize the flaws in yourself and you try to control them, you try to get better. That's why, again, I could be reading too deep into this. Apparently, I do that on TikTok. So,
hear me out. Could that be why her other eye is one color? Maybe she can see out of that eye when she's the monster. Dude.
She is the yin and yang, the black and white, yin and yang.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Again, the biggest thing is she aware? She's the monster. It's plain and simple.
Is she aware?
Is she aware?
I don't think so.
I don't think she is either.
Whoa. All right. Woo.
All right. Quote.
The quote was absolutely adorable.
That was heartbreaking. Poor Augustus. However, I remember reading this at work and I started texting your ass. So I was like, holy shit. Like when she walked out like a straight G with all of their animals, she straight took all their shit and was like, mines. She Disney princessed their ass.
They did it on their own. She didn't say, hey, let's go. They walked over and were like, we're going with you.
Because even the animals knew that this was stupid. We're just going to drop down to my pick. So this is that typical fight scene that you would see in high school movies and shit like that, where all the bros who are in love with her just start fighting each other. And the girl's like, guys. Because I guarantee, again, where she's shouting them for it to stop, she's just like, come on, guys, stop. And then she just finally had enough. And then she walks away, and even the animals are like, yeah, fuck this shit, dude.
I don't want any part of this. These guys are ridiculous.
Yeah, the animals even realize how stupid they are.
And of course, that was my pick, was that she walked out with the animals.
Yeah, that was the pick for this.
It was absolutely.
Yeah, that was a boss scene right there.
That was in our big takeaways. That's part of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think, I'm going to tinfoil hat this, do you think the animal protectors are going to go back to Augustus and
eventually?
Kharon? Okay. Because their bond is still there.
No matter what's going to happen in this book, she's going to work it out with somebody, all of them, one of them, two of them.
Annihilate them all, whichever.
Not only that, but these are their animal protectors. The animal protectors aren't saying, I'm completely done with you. They're just like, you guys are acting stupid. We're going to go over here until you get your shit together.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. Because that bond between them and their animal protectors is just as strong as the marriage bond.
Do you think everyone else heard the we protect?
The what?
The we protect that the Hellhound said? Or
No. Only
just
she can
Alexis?
speak.
Okay,
Yeah. Because even Kharon said he can't speak. Remember, he was surprised. Like, what?
What are you talking about? They can't say nothing.
Yeah.
Weirdo. All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
The Hunter, Chapter 17, Kharon, early June.
Kharon's morning routine now includes stalking, sweating, and emotionally spiraling, which means we're already off to a fantastic start.
Thud, whoosh, thud, whoosh. Now, apparently, that's the sound a punching bag makes. If she does write a graphic novel, maybe hire someone to write the sound effects. All right, we're just kidding, Jasmine.
Be nice.
Anywho, now the clock on the training wall read 6 in the morning. And you know what? We ain't going home till it's 6 in the morning. Yeah, the clock has no real impact on this chapter. I just want an excuse to do a gin and juice lyric.
That tracks.
All right, so apparently Kharon has a full daily schedule. Run through Titan simulations, stalk Alexis, and prepare for the SGC. Is there a particular order to these events? I love how it's just normal and nonchalant form.
Yeah, busy day today, guys. Gotta go grocery shopping, stalk Alexis. Maybe hit the gym, stalk Alexis. Go to the post office, probably stalk Alexis.
Normal Thursday.
You know, I could never get the hang of Thursdays.
Maybe they just need to lie down with a paper bag over their head?
If you like.
All right, let's see how many people get that reference.
On an important note, The upcoming SGC tourney, there are no guns allowed, so training has consisted of fists and stabby weapons. Alexis is all right with a sword, but she is no Arya Stark by any means. And they only had weeks left. And no one is shocked. Alexis hasn't spoken to them since all 4 Broody Bunch douche nozzles started fighting over who would die for Alexis more. I would die for you, Ryan.
I would die for you, Riley.
Do it so much better than me.
I try. But according to Kharon, they let the Crimson Duo off easy. I'm pretty sure if Achilles was demuzzled, he would annihilate all. 100%. At least he's taking his aggression out on the weird-sounding punching bag and not gifting body parts. So that's progress. And we do find out his left side hearing is partially muffled. But to him, it was worth it. Aww. Then he decides to kick the bag with his bum knee. Smart. But he's also glad Alexis can't feel his pain.
He thinks that she would be disgusted with him if she knew how much his leg actually hurt him. Again. Which is a short-lived awe, because then we find out that he traces her face with his fingertips while she sleeps, of course. Should we be worried?
100% worried.
I feel like we aren't worried enough about this behavior.
No, that is a whole different level of just using hell and hound.
Yeah. Then he takes out all aggression by punching the bag so hard it went flying, and when it landed, I'm sure it made a sound more akin to a queef.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you for that.
I thought you might like that line.
I got to start reading your lines before.
No, we're just going to go.
Just keep running with this?
Yeah, we're just going to go full Ron Burgundy, whatever's in there. Just go with it.
Okay. Before Kharon can ruin more gym equipment, Augustus calls out saying that he needs to come to their room now.
Augustus had a grainy video, not the kind of grainy videos you're thinking of, you perverts, from a popular Spartan chaser, which pulled up showing Alexis fighting the Titans. Now, in the interest of time, we aren't going to go deep into what exactly they're watching, but we will mention what was seen on the video that wasn't mentioned in Alexis' POV in Chapter 12. So it starts with them watching her put her life on the line to save the Alphas, old people. Everything was pretty on par up until the point when she stabs the Titans and he scratches her back. Alexis shook her head and tightened her grip. Now, if you go back to 12, it mentions a lapse in time and a switch being flipped.
We'll bring that up later. While watching the rest of the video, they cannot believe how powerful and badass she is. They even mention the leaping, especially midair with a Titan. It should be impossible. And they have no idea how she's doing it. They were even more impressed she did all this to protect the humans. So another view of her placing her hands on Lucia, the injured woman, and then all of a sudden she's being called Savior. They literally said Alexis saved that woman. The video goes to the end where Augustus does his own beast mode moves by carrying 2 people and 3 Titans. The only difference, Kharon was in and out of it, and he didn't remember so many people being there. As the camera person panned out, there were hundreds of people.
Then the video ends, and I'm pretty sure both of their horny and jealous dials were cranked up to 11. A little Spinal Tap reference for everybody. Because when they pull up the Spartan Lifestyle page website, they see the hero we've been waiting for. Then they did what any rational obsessive stalker would do. They began doom scrolling image after image, including drawings and paintings of deepfakes of Alexis. So you can now crank that murder dial up to 11 as well, because these boys don't share, not even with fans, apparently.
No sharing. Kharon, being the rational one for once, which is weird territory for him, says they need to earn her trust and show her how they feel. Augustus is way ahead of him. The wisdom of a refined older gentleman. They had to get her back, or they won't survive. That was italicized for some reason. Whatever is happening, they both look like they haven't slept in months. But no matter what, they will get their wife back.
Okay, let's talk some shit.
Heck yeah.
So Alexis is a certified badass, but she should not be that badass because they have never seen anything like her.
Never. Just the leaping from midair with a Titan while injured to a controlled location like that.
You mean pooping?
Yeah, sorry, pooping.
Poof.
Pooping.
You say pooping?
Yeah.
What? Oh my God. I'm sure you do.
Damn it.
Jesus. Okay. Another big takeaway, which is a little bit of lore talk. We learn a bit about the SGC tourney, so they can't use any firing weapons. It has to be old school fists and stabbies. So I wonder if that's in there for a disadvantage for them.
And their powers, too. Fist stabbies and powers.
But again, what's Kharon's powers going to do in a fight? Here's my feelings. Feel my feelings. He just pushes his feelings on the people. That's not a power that's going to take people down.
What was his level?
He wasn't as high a level as everyone else.
No. Let's see. Stats.
84, I think it was. It was in the 80s, I thought.
All right. Augustus is 85.
Yep.
and Kharon is 70.
Yeah, I thought he was weak compared to
Okay.
everybody. Yeah.
So his power is touch. It has to be touch.
So he has to get close to them, first of all. Second, it's just emotional. He's obviously more powerful now that he's married, but
Maybe that'll change. Maybe something is happening that'll change that.
yeah, but what I'm saying is it's an unfair advantage that the Olympians are forcing this onto the Chthonic.
Sure.
So they're dicks. Anywho, let's hit our tinfoil hat section.
Heck yeah.
So the switch that was flipped was filmed differently. Again, going back to we don't trust POVs at this point.
I don't know that it's that we don't trust POVs. It's that we got her POV about what she felt happened, and then they visually saw it happen in a video. So what she felt happen is visual. Like they watched it happen. So is what happens another identity?
We still think so. That's part of our shtick. We're sticking to it.
Yeah,
Shtick,
the
shtick, shtick.
Dr. Jekyll and Hyde thing, the two parts.
Yeah, the two parts. And I'm thinking that they're separate now and eventually they come together. And that will be, again, it's the whole K-pop Demon Hunters thing.
Yin and
You gotta accept
yang.
yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
ooh, I like that.
do you think they're going to check out that Spartan Chaser? Do you think that Spartan Chaser was put in there on purpose as a callback? Like, he's going to be coming back later on?
I didn't think. Do you?
Yes.
Oh, why?
Popular Spartan Chaser, specific wording.
You don't think they just would have named him if we were going to come back to him?
Why would they name Spartan Chasers if they're supposed to be hidden?
Oh, that's true.
They're not supposed to be known. Their anonymity is what keeps them going. So that's why I said popular Spartan Chaser. So that leads me to believe someone's going to go looking for him for other footage or other things
Oh.
to maybe see past events, or I don't know, something's going to happen where he pops up, or maybe he gets footage of something else again.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because if it was going to be a rando, it would have said random Spartan Chaser, not
Not a-
popular. That means it's a specific person instead of
Okay.
just some
It
rando.
was very specific. Ooh,
Yes.
that was a good catch. I did not catch that. All right, let's talk about the resembling a halo. So there was the golden glow of the rod of Asclep, and she had a glow about her that resembled a halo. And in my mind, that's golden also. And I wonder if the golden glow from the rod of Asclepius, I hope I'm saying that right, is something to do with this because that's the healing symbol. So I just saw that it said resembled a halo and it was like she was glowing and okay, interesting. All right.
Oh, she was stabbed for a reason.
Yes.
Someone stabbed her.
For sure.
All right, we didn't have a quote for this chapter, which is fine. So we're going to drop down to our picks. My pick is him being creepy as fuck, tracing a finger over her face. That's just a little excessive, stalking, and outrageous.
He just wants to touch her.
I'm saying it's just outrageous.
It
This
is.
book
Yeah,
is silly.
It is. Mine is the paintings of her falling from the sky with wings. I even made a note of it on my Kindle, and I'm wondering if that was not a nugget, a foreshadowing of some sort.
Possibly.
Because the rod of Asclepius also has wings.
It's possible.
Yeah, I'm excited. All right. Anything else for this chapter? I don't think so.
That's it. You ready to turn the page?
Yeah, let's go. The Price of Power, Chapter 18, Alexis.
16 hours of rain, a full army of animal bodyguards, and two husbands who still think we brought you a gift as comforting. But now Alexis is done pretending this is normal.
Alexis and her full squad of animal protectors storm back into the villa after 16 straight hours of running through the rain, barf, only to find her husband stalking right behind her, claiming they have a gift. Sure, guys, the last two gifts were trauma wrapped in a bow. She wants nothing to do with it and asks them to leave her alone, a request Kharon is fundamentally incapable of respecting. Nyx suggests they crawl naked and kiss Alexis's feet. Incredibly helpful.
Just as Kharon and Augustus enter her space, Alexis touches the animals and vanishes. Karen's fingers skimming the air where her face was. She lands in Helen's room, slams the door, and finally has a moment alone to... Actually, she has no idea what she needs. Not that it matters, because Kharon is suddenly at the door, banging loud enough to terrify her. He and Augustus start chastising her through the hallway, threat apologizing about what will happen if she hurts herself. Alexis realizes she's somehow found someone even more socially inept than she is. Nyx suggests she demand sexual favors as an apology. Again, extremely fucking helpful.
Alexis crawls into the bathroom with the hellhounds while Fluffy Jr. waits outside. He's too big now to fit inside with them. She lowers herself, fully dressed, into the tub and turns on the spray. Staring at the C+A tattoo on her forearm, she decides to do it for Charlie, quote unquote, digging her fingernail into her palm to draw blood, hoping to trigger her power like Hades instructed her to. A tingling sensation flickers through her fingers, but nothing manifests. Everyone else in the Assembly of Death seems to be able to control their gifts effortlessly, and she can't access hers at all.
Nyx senses her spiraling and suggests the alliteration game from Alexis' childhood to calm her. It works almost immediately, and Nyx tries to drag the Hellhounds into it, her newest obsession / murder targets. Alexis gamely asks them to play, but the Hellhounds are about as sharp as damp cardboard, and Nyx calls them idiots and volunteers to take care of the problem. Alexis has to translate the threats, translate them into niceties because neither party speaks the same language.
After her emotional tub shower, Alexis slips into the adjoining room where Ceres is asleep under a pile of Spartan history books. Ceres wakes up and points to an open book and says she's finally remembering. The page is scribbled with notes: Zeus plus Vico, Hercules ? Assassination ? And Alexis's sternum scar tingles. The symbol on the page looks ancient and unreadable, yet Ceres has underlined passages and written, "Need to remember that day." The news has been full of stories about Thonix being interrogated over Medusa, and Alexis is spooked. How can Ceres read this? What day is she trying to remember? And what exactly does Hades believe she is destined for?
She retreats to Helen's bedroom where Helen and Charlie are both asleep. Charlie, she notes, has been thriving. Good for him.
For him.
Spending days with Helen, even signing with Achilles. Nice. He's no longer the fragile skin and bone version of himself. It's like he shed his old self like Vecna's leftovers. Yes, I'm making a Stranger Things reference, and it fits considering they came out just a few days ago. Alexis climbs into bed and immediately drips off, only to see the Grim Reaper again in her sleep. She jerks awake to the soft sound of Poco climbing into bed beside her, which is honestly the sweetest thing in the whole universe. She settles back into sleep until Patro starts knocking at the door. We need to talk. Can a girl just get some fucking sleep already, bro? Come on, man.
Damn.
All right, let's talk some shit. And no, we're not going to start with the serious stuff. We're going to get to it in our tinfoil hat. Calm down, people.
Yes. All right, Alexis is actively avoiding Augustus and Kharon again. They are trying to apologize terribly and give her this time a non-body part gift, but so no thanks.
Yeah, after the last gifts, I'm not too sure I would take.
Why would you want gifts from them?
Especially during the chapter where Augustus is like, yeah, I got something that she needs. Yeah.
Body parts and tricked into marriage.
Probably a dick this time. It's a dick in a box. A dick in a box, baby. It's a dick in a box.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Hold on. Step 1. Cut a hole in the box. Step 2.
God. I don't know this song as well as you do.
What?
At all. Actually, I don't know the words to the song except for just that. Yes, I've seen it numerous times. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know the word because I don't have a dick. So I don't care about putting it in a box. I love you. Are you frozen? Are you okay?
What?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break you.
I have no idea what
I didn't mean to break your brain. I'm so sorry. I do. No, I love this. It's like fart jokes. It's okay.
Everybody likes a good fart joke.
It's okay. I can laugh at a good one. Anyways.
I blame your Seventh-day Adventist upbringing on that one. Am I wrong?
I'm trying to decide. I'm trying to decide if it was when I found out that poop particles come out every time you fart. And I feel like that ruined farts for me.
Everybody knew that as a kid. That's what makes it funny.
Ew!
That's why we all thought it was funny with the pink eye jokes and shit.
Are you?
By the way,
that's what you think is funny about it?
By the way, that's not how you get pink eye. That has been disproven. Not that I know. Just saying. It's been disproven.
I'm sorry. What's been disproven?
Pink eye from farting on someone's pillow. Bare-assed. That's been disproven. It's not how you get pink eye.
I don't know how we got here. Oh my God. There's a clip for you. Goddamn.
We're not even at our tinfoil hat section.
Okay.
I got to cut all this.
Real quick. Do you know who that statue is of at the very beginning? The man holding the monstrous snake?
Me. Me. I'm so happy with myself right now.
That was good.
I'm so happy with myself right now.
That was good.
I was waiting for you to ask that question. I was like, I saw the one old and monstrous snake. I was like, oh, I can't wait for this one.
Is that why you paused? Because you knew that I would pick it up?
Oh, man, you set me up good.
I did. Anywho.
Other than me, I have no idea who it is.
I'm wondering.
I'm
wondering if it was an echidna about the snake. That was more my question.
Oh,
Who was the dude, and is that an echidna?
Shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did all of a sudden
No.
you're now real concerned about what's going on with the snake and the man holding the snake?
Well, why do you think I'm like grinding my chair right now?
I assume now you're with me.
Man and snake. Erebus. Who was around Alexis giving her shit?
If that was Erebus.
I don't think it was fate now. It makes sense for Erebus because now you have a statue of a man with a snake. Yeah. Erebus. Like, dude, the tattoo dude.
Yeah, the tattoo dude. But we don't know that's Erebus. But
Oh, that's right.
no, we don't know. We don't know who that is.
I can still say Erebus, though, and not
Yeah.
say it's a tattoo dude. Okay. What if it's Erebus?
Maybe
Because
Erebus.
it's a dude, so it might not be Medusa now that has Nyx. Wouldn't Nyx recognize herself?
Well, it
and-
seems like the man held a stone in his right hand and was strangling a snake. So he was
Oh.
trying to kill it. Could it just be
Hold on.
Thonix trying to kill echidnas? Could it
depends on
just be
your-
as simple as that?
It depends on your definition of strangling the snake.
Oh my god. The beast's mouth was wide open, curved fangs.
We're never going to get through this chapter. Fuck.
This isn't even a sexy chapter. Jesus Christ. Anyways. All right, next tinfoil hat.
Can't get through it. I can't win.
Next tinfoil hat. We're moving on. I don't care about this anymore.
Oh,
right.
man.
Kharon saw through their eyes when they flashed. Like, that was...
That's obvious, though. That's not a tinfoil hat. We already know that's happening. We can file that away.
All right, what about this prickling sensation in her fingers? Do you think that's her powers trying to activate? Is that something happening?
No,
With-
so from what I read, she was upset. She was chilling out to calm herself down. Hades taught her a trick to try to activate her powers. So it's like power training, like teaching her how to calm herself. It's a calming mechanism. That's what I took that as. So that prickling sensation was her trying to get her powers to work. And then she was upset, like, I can't control my shit. Yeah. But the water fell around me in slow motion. Could be time distortion, maybe. Yeah.
I feel like the blood is what caused the nation, but I could be wrong.
Could be.
All right, let's talk about Ceres and Medusa, or Ceres/Medusa reading fate. Is that what those archaic symbols are? Are we guessing that?
It could be because in the Fate chapter of Blood, she mentioned seeing archaic symbols and all kinds of weird shit. So it could be her. We still think she's Medusa. Now, the other biggest takeaway was the assassination. She mentions an assassination attempt.
Wait, hang on.
Yeah. We didn't know anything about assassination attempt. We just know that Vico got her out of Dodge, and she did have the wound on her chest. But we didn't know until now it's a possible assassination attempt.
We don't know that the person who is also wielding fate is Medusa. We know
No,
that
we
Medusa
don't know that.
can.
That's what we're guessing.
But
Yes,
we know that Medusa can.
she is a fate.
So Ceres may just be her own person who
but
can wield fate. I don't think so, but it all clicks together to easily dungeon, all of
Yeah.
that good stuff. So
all right.
I'm saying no, but
Yeah.
something's...
All right. In the name of time, we got to move on to our picks real
Yes.
quick. We have the same pick, thank goodness. It's the alliteration game with Hell and Hound being Hell and Hound, I guess.
That's
That's what I mean.
It's so hilarious. Oh my God, I love it so much.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, this book's just hilarious. Just
And my favorite part was, so can I try and kill them now? No. So yes. No as in maybe. Oh gosh.
Yeah, so we finally got a little thought process from Hell and Hound. So now we know they're just like goofballs, basically. Just they're sweet goofballs is what it sounds
they
like.
are protective.
Yeah, they're
goofballs.
sweet boys.
It's Remy.
All right,
All right,
you ready to move on?
I am. Let's go.
Demons in the Dark, Chapter 19. Alexis.
First, you leave her ass to fight some titans. Now you disturb her sleep. Rude.
How wooed. Patro just kept knocking, and shit was getting dangerous because Helen was now reaching for her pink Beretta while still 3/4 asleep. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Another knock, and now Helen is sitting up, pointing the gun. And the best part, her eyes are still closed. Threat level has now increased by 50%. One by one, her new Disney princess family start waking up alongside Alexis as Helen was now waving said gun around the room. Eyes still closed, safety now off. Threat level has increased to 90%. Patro demands that she come out now. Helen now has two main targets, the door and Alexis. And I love this line, quote, Apparently, her sleep self had decided I was the bigger threat. Threat level now imminent.
She was able to slip out of the room with Nyx and Poco in tow and without friendly fire from Helen. As soon as she walked out, she was greeted by the Great Wall of China. Achilles. Dude's as big as the Great Wall of China. And he was trying to keep her from getting to Patro. And as she stared at Hannibal Lecter Jr., she had a PTSD moment of the Titans. Seeing them still left a bad taste in her mouth, understandably. She understood why he did it, but he never apologized. Then she breaks the silence. I don't know how to phrase that since they're signing anyways.
Right? Like, how? What?
Either way, she signs, "Fuck you," and that was enough of an icebreaker.
I like it. Now, he's pissed because she never told them that she could sign, and she is pissed because he left her. I take the latter on that one. Achilles literally wanted to say something, but instead stepped away to let her talk to Patro. Alexis wanted to know what Patro wanted, and of course, he starts in on gaslighting first until Alexis decides to walk away. And when the narcissist realizes she won't play the game, he changes tactics to, "We want to apologize." When Alexis mentions that Achilles would always choose Patro, he counters with, "It's not like that." And the author specifically reminds us of liar being tattooed on his knuckles. Keep that in mind.
She's tired of their shit, and Achilles stepped in saying their initial offer still stands. At this moment, she felt a sharp pain behind her eyes and thought it was Augustus. The initial offer again was to break the marriage bond by bringing them close to death. And this is the part where I thought maybe she might have dual personalities.
Yep, same here.
So I'm going to read the Alexis part and you read the thoughts, okay?
Okay.
"No way," I blurted. "Why on earth would I want to do that?"
You're supposed to be getting revenge.
"Not like that."
See, to me, that sounds like back and forth talking, right?
Yeah, that was
Sounds
like she was
she's answering herself.
arguing with herself even. Her other self was like, "Hey, you're supposed to be getting revenge."
Right.
Not like that. So her nice self seems to be out right now.
You know what that is? A neurodivergence. Anyway, she refuses to break the bond like that, and Patro basically says, "Fuck it, we'll do it ourselves." As Patro was looking at her, Alexis saw a light flash, and it was Hell's eyes. They had turned crimson. "Oh, we know it's you, Kharon." Then Patro, without consent, mind you, jabs Alexis with a needle and fills an Olympian vial with her blood. Even Poco was pissed and swiped at Patro.
Good.
Patro had a look of regret when Alexis warned him that she will make him pay, and he says it's for her own protection. But he does have some tea, some hot tea. Ceres is playing her, and she's in danger.
Alexis basically tells him to fuck off, and they did. Alexis went back to Helen's room to sleep, and the animals saw her crying. Poco gave her a little hug while she cried into his fur, while Hel offered to murder them. Not shocked coming from Kharon's protector. Of course, somehow Nyx slept through it all. Let's just say this chapter ends with Alexis really about to lose her shit, and Nyx not helping. Love Nyx. All right, let's talk some shit.
All right, so my biggest thing about this chapter was one of the four doing something against her will and saying it's for her benefit.
They really
Taking her
just
blood.
stole her blood.
But this has been the theme in both these books, is these guys think they know what's best for her. And that's why she's getting pissed. She's like, "The fuck? They keep doing this without my permission, saying it's for the best for me." Like,
do
I
they
know what's
know
best for me.
something and they're just not telling her?
That's what I mean. I'm not trying to talk shit about people, but this book, this is just too much. Like, these guys, what they're doing is creepy. It's too much. And she's having enough. They're doing too much to her without her permission.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by this book is smarter than what people give it credit for, because this is about empowerment.
Agreed.
That's the whole point of the open roses. When a couple chapters ago, we mentioned that she even told her husband, "I'm not afraid of you anymore." This is about empowerment and being done taking orders from men and doing what men want and being able to be independent on her own.
The whole book is about that.
Exactly.
Both of them. Both of them.
Exactly. The first book is about who she was before the monster, and this is her now. This is her with her powers, and she's learning more about her powers. And I'm pretty sure by the end, she will have come into her powers.
I don't know if you remember, after I read Blood of Hercules the first time, I was mad because I felt like her progress was slow. And I was like, what the hell is going on? You need to communicate. You need to get with the program. And it was because I was going through my communication and growth journey because I saw myself in her as the old me. And I was like, what is your problem? You need to communicate. So this was,
I feel like authors are stuck where they're at because you want characters to have growth, but you don't want it to be too slow, but you also don't want it to be too fast, but you also don't want this and you also don't want that. And so what these authors try to do to have a happy medium, and it seems like they did the same thing with Plated Prisoner, because Plated Prisoner gets the same thing. Gil's so slow and I get so upset with her, and why didn't she do this? And so that's the point. Like, the first book is where she is at that moment. Second book is her finally starting to break free and realize that she's been manipulated this whole time. And then book 3 is her becoming the woman she was meant to be. And that's what this is, just in 2 books. Book 1, we see her with her issues and she's a child and she needs to grow as a woman. And book 2 is her becoming a woman. That's what
and learning how to harness her powers.
Yeah.
Now that she's realizing I am powerful on my own and I don't need them.
And that's what the symbolism is on the covers. When you talk about women blossoming into a woman, they blossom into a woman, right? A rose, she's blossoming into becoming who she is, a woman. That's what the symbolism is for.
To a badass.
That's right.
All right.
All right, tinfoil hats.
Tinfoil hats, yes. There's a sharp pain behind her eyes. She thought it might be Augustus using his powers, which is weird.
Mm-hmm.
Can Kharon see through her eyes? That doesn't make any sense.
But it was in italics when she was wondering if it was Augustus. I wonder if that was the monster.
No.
Hear me out. Hear me out. If we're tinfoil hatting right now, hear me out. What if that was the monster sensing Augustus was trying to stop what was going on? Or trying to get in her head, trying to figure things out, and the monster was stopping it? Or could feel it?
I don't know.
It was
This is the first time ever about that.
Yes.
When he's not touching her.
Augustus doesn't have to touch you.
He has to look you in the eye. He has to look you in the eye.
Yeah, but remember, everyone's more powerful now. So he probably doesn't have to look you in the eye anymore. That's what I mean. Remember, everyone's powers have leveled up.
Okay,
Everyone's leveled up.
So maybe. Okay.
And I think maybe that's the monster realizing Augustus is trying to get in our head. And I think the monster is protecting Alexis from those type of things. Because she said, never again. So I wonder if that's what's happening there.
It's possible.
Again, it's a tinfoil hat. It's a guess.
All right. My pick for this was Nyx, of course, being absolutely hilarious about the Hellhounds. She wanted to know how Hell felt about his own personal demise. Is he terrified of me? Alexis, ask him for me. Ask him now. No. And that was when Alexis was like, no. That's when she was about to lose her shit at the end of the chapter. I loved it. Absolutely awesome.
Yep. Short chapter, but important one.
Heck yeah. Are you ready to turn the page?
Let's do it.
The Eldest Heir, Chapter 20. Augustus. That same night.
Augustus and Kharon are on a blood-soaked field trip through bumfuck Montana, collecting answers, bodies, and trauma like Pokemon. So buckle in because tonight gets real weird.
Augustus is a walking pressure cooker of rage. Every minute Alexis refuses to speak to him, his madness crawls closer to the surface. Kharon storms in right behind him, equally unhinged because he couldn't creepily watch Alexis sleep. But there's no time for sulking. They need answers. Augustus drops the doctor he's been interrogating and gives him one last shot at explaining why Titans are mutating and what the Olympians know. The doctor's useless denial earned him a swift pair of popped eyeballs, which takes the edge off of Augustus's headache. Interesting. Kharon gives him the world's most judgmental side eye, but they teleport straight to, in Jasmine's words, bumfuck Montana.
I feel like all Montanans bumfuck. Augustus almost spirals again, thinking about how they screamed at Alexis during the Crucible while she was deaf, but he forced himself to focus on how she faced those Titans without fear. Pity won't help her now, though. When Kharon loads a gun, Augustus snaps, "No guns!" But Kharon stomps down the road anyway, like an angry little toddler. Augustus instinctively reaches for Poco's hand before remembering they left him behind. Aww. Which is honestly heartbreaking. Kharon kicks at the first trailer door, and when the crowbar-wielding human answers, one look at the Spartan's smile is enough to tame him instantly.
Augustus pulls out the photos he secretly took of Alexis and Charlie and demands answers. The man lies, and Kharon catches it and holds a gun to his head, just in time for the man's wife to blurt out names and directions. She says everyone in the trailer park knew who Alexis was, and when Kharon asks why no one helped those kids, the man turns to threaten his wife, for the last time. Augustus liquefies his brains on accident. It was only meant to be a flesh wound. And Kharon hits him with the, really? Augustus reassures the woman, hey, you're safe now. And she's stunned. Wait, why would they help her? I think Alexis is really rubbing off on them already. The murder duo even scramble for cash and offer her a Spartan gun to pawn or use for protection, whichever. And Kharon attempts a joke. It's something? He tried.
Speaking of jokes, the whole time I thought of this, I was thinking of Pulp Fiction. John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep.
I was waiting for someone to do a whole monologue about Royale with cheese. Just waiting for it. All right, so when Augustus asks if she knows anything, she doesn't. But she calls out for them one last tidbit. Someone once threatened to turn people into grizzly bait if they helped Alexis and Charlie. Dark emotions boil under their skin. They want every detail of everything that was ever done to her, and they want blood for all of it. An hour and 4 dead men later, they confirmed the abuse, the homelessness, the foster parents, and have met the local bird-drone conspiracy theorist post-shovel Paul. Side note, Paul feels like the Montana version of that guy in every X-Files episode, The Truth is Out There. And this time, he might not be wrong. They decided to visit Alexis's foster father in prison next time. But first, the final trailer, the one at the edge of the forest, well kept and deeply sus.
As they approach, Kharon activates his chthonic powers and freezes, his face blank. When he comes back, he insists they have a problem, but Augustus just brushes it off. Before they kick open the trailer door, a cheerful man greets them like it's Sunday brunch. Augustus tries to mind stab him on the spot and is met with solid, ancient darkness snarling back at him. No one has ever blocked his power like this. He yanks out of the mental grip and shouts for Kharon to shoot him, but it's too late. Smoke, empty floor, he gone. This wasn't a man. It was something primordial, something part creature, ancient. And it knows Alexis and Charlie. They need answers, and fast. Next up, the only human prison in the Northern Hemisphere.
The next morning, Augustus and Kharon are vibrating with fury. Alexis' stepfather bragged about hurting her. They want him dead, but they made a promise. The wrong party decides. Progress. She'll probably forgive him, which honestly feels like torture. Augustus' mind is tearing itself apart between respecting her power and wanting to protect her. The madness is clouding everything, and Kharon starts hyperventilating until Augustus grabs him and helps him breathe. That's good enough.
In this together. All right, footsteps approach. Alexis, Helen, and Drex talking about the mysterious gift box that Augustus and Kharon left for her. Then they turn the corner and nearly walk right into the 2 bloodied, sleep-deprived, murder-drunk husbands, trying to act natural. Wipe the blood off your teeth, gentlemen. Smile. Not too much. Absolutely nothing suspicious here. They fail spectacularly. Alexis, Helen, Drex, and Charlie all come to a full stop when they see them. Helen is holding the gift Augustus commissioned right after the wedding. Alexis keeps her arms crossed and refuses to look at either of them.
Augustus opens his mouth, ready to somehow salvage this, when he's distracted by the absolute horror that is Poco's grooming situation. Have they even brushed him, this poor raccoon? Helen bursts out laughing, explaining Poco won't stop wrestling with Fluffy Jr., and Poco chitters in confirmation. Then Augustus and Poco dive into the most adorable argument about fish treats. Augustus claiming he threw them away, Poco screeching in protest, when in reality, Augustus paid an unhinged amount of money to have a replacement box overnighted like he's prime shipping for Baby Yoda. Shameless bribery.
Everyone watches them. Kharon, bless his painfully awkward soul, abruptly shoves the gift box at Alexis. Augustus reassures her it's not jewelry, not body parts, so she opens it carefully. Helen is shocked. Alexis looks stunned. Inside is a custom graphing calculator with a built-in recorder, a model that isn't produced anymore, protected by a titanium bulletproof holder that Kharon designed himself, and her name is engraved on the back. The smile she gives them is everything they hoped for, and she thanks them softly, and Augustus answers, "Anything for you." And as everyone heads toward the dining room, Helen stays back long enough to tell Augustus he's embarrassing her with his pathetic lovesick energy.
When the hallway empties, Kharon and Augustus stand together again, and that's when Kharon remembers something he saw on their trip. Something important, something about Alexis. Whoever it involves is about to have a very bad day. Nobody messes with their wife.
Oh, let's talk some shit.
All right, so they went on a little Tarantino murdering spree.
Yes.
I wonder if she had that in mind when writing this scene, too.
It's quite possible, because that's exactly what it seems
Yeah,
like.
that's
just
what I had in mind.
door-to-door. Yeah.
The way they're dressed with the glasses and the guns. Yeah.
It tracks. The big takeaways from this one. Augustus is finally coming to terms with Alexis not needing his pity, so he's wrestling still with his thoughts, but he's coming to terms with it, I think. So I feel like that was pretty big for this chapter.
Yeah, they're getting better. Still murderous.
Yes, still murderous, yes. And for some reason, exploding eyeballs eased his headache. Do you remember in Blood of Hercules when they say, Hades mentioned it too, that the Chronos gifts are deadly? And it sounds like it physically pains them not to murder?
Yeah, it sounds like, remember Slade in Played a Prisoner, where if he doesn't let out some of his power, then they get
Yes.
so it might be like that situation where they have to let out their power a little bit at a time or some shit.
And maybe that's why exploding the eyeballs eased it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, then. So they got a calculator instead of dead body parts, so there was no dick in a box.
No, sorry, honey. No dick in a box.
But it was a thoughtful gift, because if you are going to give somebody a gift, I know like flowers. Okay, flowers are nice every now and then when it's a surprise.
Mhm.
But if you're going to give a real gift, it should be something that the person wants. It doesn't have to be, for me anyway, this is me personally, it doesn't have to be anything special, fancy. It's just like, oh, you like books. Here's a book. That's thoughtful enough for me.
Yeah, thoughtful gifting. That's exactly right.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything. I have to give them the perfect gift. I hate that. There is no perfect gift. And to be honest, I'm 42, you're 43. I could buy whatever the fuck you're going to give me anyway. So it's the thought that matters, not how much the price costs or the price,
How dare you just tell everyone my age?
What? Yeah, but,
How
40.
dare
Hey,
you.
40 is the new 20.
Anywho,
That's how you get around that one.
40's the new 20. I love it.
All right, last big takeaway. They went to visit dad.
And he's now in the
Fake
dungeon.
dad. They went to visit fake dad.
Foster dad is now in the dungeon awaiting his.
That's what I mean by progress.
Yes.
Because normally they would have killed him,
Yep.
but they said, nah, that's Alexis's kill.
Yep. Good job, guys.
All right, tinfoil hat. Yeah, power's definitely growing for Alexis, especially the first guy. I'll talk about that here in a second,
Augustus.
because that's my pick. And then the guy with the tattoos,
Yes.
who helped out Charlie and Alexis the whole time, is a primordial being. But the way Kharon stopped, I'm wondering if this is his father.
That's what I'm wondering. Could it be his father?
Could be Erebus, because we haven't seen him. He's power unknown. Has he known about Alexis this whole time?
Is Erebus an ancient?
In this book, Erebus is a primordial creature. If you remember, he's an ancient creature.
Okay.
And in Greek mythology, he is darkness, like literal darkness, which makes sense for satanic tattoos. If in real Greek mythology, he is a personification of darkness. So I think that's Erebus.
So why do you think he said we have a problem?
The reason why they said that is because he is primordial. They don't know why. They just think he's dangerous because he's primordial. And he knows where Alexis lives. So they think he's dangerous. I'm not saying he is dangerous. They think he's dangerous. But he's not dangerous. Why would he be dangerous if he's helping out the kids when they were kids? If he was a threat to Alexis, he would have killed her as a kid.
Yeah, for sure. What if Kharon's thing was he just popped into Hell and Hound's eyes to look through Hell and Hound's eyes?
He probably.
Maybe that's what that was, and he saw something and knew that they had a problem?
No. Where Hell and Hound's not with him.
No, so that's what I'm saying. Did he stop because he went and looked through Hell and Hound's eyes?
No, he stopped because he felt the power from the trailer. He felt that being's power. That's why he stopped. I think he recognized that power as his dad. Like he doesn't know that's his dad. I think he just felt a familiar power. He stopped, probably felt familiar to him, which is why he stopped, because it's something powerful. So that's why I think it's possible he's the man in the statue holding a monstrous snake.
And that's how Nyx got to where she was.
It's possible.
Ooh, okay. That's a good theory.
Because I'm not trying to sound biased or anything, but from what I understand, most ginormous, tattooed up guys have monstrous snakes.
Oh my God.
I'm talking about the pets.
That's your
talking
theory?
about the pets, you dirty minded. Oh my God. I can't believe you went there. It's about the pets.
That's hilarious because I didn't go there. You did.
Oh.
I was still on the actual snake thing.
Damn.
And that's fucking hilarious.
I tried to corner you into that one.
Oh, you certainly did. And you cornered yourself.
Son of a bitch.
I don't even remember what we were talking about, but I was like, that is not what I meant.
So you basically touche'd my touche.
I did
like
just touche your touche.
Smooth.
Oh,
Damn
all
it.
right. Yes, perfect quote. Men who hurt women don't deserve to live.
That's obvious.
I love it.
Oh, then Kharon smiled with his teeth. I'll show you guys that in a video, how that works. It's going to be pretty.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it right now.
Creepy. Oh,
All right. And then my pick
Mhm.
was him accidentally killing the guy in the trailer. I thought that was absolutely hilarious because, again, if you take this as a comedy and if you actually watch the situation in your mind as a funny video, it would be him thinking that he's going to take him out just a little bit.
Just
And then
give him a little tippity tap.
And he just melts his brain. You can just see Kharon, dude, really? And he's like, oh, shit. Because they can't control their powers because of how powerful they are.
That, and he just got done telling Kharon, hey, man,
Yeah.
we're not doing violence.
Exactly. And that's why it's funny. And that's, I don't get it.
Yeah, nope. Take this book seriously. Stop it.
Yeah, let's be serious about this book.
Serious.
Anyway.
Serious. All right. So my pick for this chapter is when she smiled after getting the gift, the pounding in his skull lessened again. Did her smile also do something for his
That's
pain
what
in his
I'm
head?
saying. If her powers are controlled by emotions and the bond and everything, I think she's killing them, whether she realizes it or not. I don't think she realizes she's killing them. Think about this. She's always angry at them for what they've done. So no wonder why they're bleeding from orifices and hurting. And then now she truly feels happy for something they gave her. So now it's eased up. You see what I'm saying? Because the way she looks at them has changed a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
I'm telling you, she's controlling that bond without knowing it as Alexis.
And she's also hurting herself in the process. Oh, because they're all connected. Oh my gosh.
I think her and the monster are going to come to terms eventually. It's the same thing as K-pop Demon
K-pop
Hunters.
Demon Hunters. Yay.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's accepting who you are at the end. That's exactly this.
Yep. I love that. That's exactly this.
Okay, you ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go.
Omens and Warnings, Chapter 21. Alexis, the next morning, one day until the initiation massacre.
Ceres is channeling cryptic oracle energy. Alexis is seeing symbols that may or may not exist. And the universe is basically sending her spam prophecy emails. So, yeah, things are going great.
Alexis woke up to Ceres calling her name. Helen and Charlie were already gone. Ceres was surrounded by ancient tomes, looking like she hadn't slept in weeks, holding up a blank piece of paper with a squiggly on it saying, "Can you believe it?" Has she gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs? Ceres was pointing to 2 dots, an umlaut. They use those in German. I know, because I have a German daughter. But in this case, it was from an ancient language. She said it was right here in front of her all along.
Alexis can't make heads or tails of how any of Ceres' frantic scribbles relate to her missing memories. But the second those lavender eyes sharpen and she whispers, "The words of predestination," Alexis knows we've officially crossed from quirky into cosmic. Ceres keeps talking in puzzle pieces, clear but not clear, familiar but impossible, like she's been getting voicemails from fate itself. Ooh. And when she points to the symbol she's drawn, calling it the mark.
Can you redo your ooh? You were just like, it was just like, or was it? Or is it? What did you say? Oh, yeah, we're quirky into cosmic, and you were like, ooh. It's like enthusiastic. It was like Daria was reading it. You were just like, ooh. Oh, man, that's funny. I don't know if you want to add some oomph to your ooh.
Okay. All right.
It was just funny because it was like so nice and everything. And it was just like, ooh. Like, it was just like unenthusiastic, like giving like an unenthusiastic hand job. Ooh, this is fun. Yay.
Now that we've ended to that.
Actually, I might just keep this in now. So go ahead.
All right.
God.
Take 2. Alexis knows we've officially crossed from quirky into cosmic. Ooh.
Well, that was just funny. So, we're just keeping.
Right.
This is all just staying in. Sorry, everybody. We're keeping this outtake in there. That way we can move on because I'll just keep laughing.
Anyway, she points to the symbol that she's drawn, calling it the mark of the House of Zeus. And Alexis' stomach drops. According to Ceres, they caused her disappearance and Ceres' memory loss.
Aha! Then she brilliantly slides Plato's cave into the book. I don't want to butcher.
Wait, what's that for us dum-dums?
Oh my God. I don't want to butcher the allegory, but basically, it's all about how reality is perceived, just like how books are perceived, and how we never know what is true. One person's reality can be completely different from somebody else's. Sounds like perception of reading as well. Alexis thought she was strange, but decided to sit with her while she kept researching. After a few hours, Alexis heard a ringing in her bad ear and a cramp in her lower back. Then Ceres had a possible vision. Her lavender eyes lit the fuck up, and she drew that medical symbol very crudely, I might add. It's in the book for those of you who have audiobooks, so ask a friend who has the book, or you can probably just look it up.
And then she starts pressing Alexis, asking if she's seen the symbol before, because it matters. Tonight. Alexis tries to get her to explain, hey, what the hell is that supposed to mean? But Ceres suddenly snaps out of it and crumples the paper, tossing it to the side like it didn't even happen. She doesn't remember a thing. And when Alexis smooths the page back open, I swear to God, I got it. Shithead.
Unenthusiastic hand job, ooh. That's what I'm going to start calling her from now on.
When Alexis smooths the page back open, it's completely blank. Excuse me? What the hell is happening? It's fine, though. It's fine. She's been seeing things for a while. This is nothing new. There's nothing to see here, nothing to worry about. Right? Ceres, meanwhile, insists it isn't nothing and drops another cryptic line in her lavender oracle voice. This one is important. Quote, all we are is what we perceive. Right or wrong, real or not. Predestination speaks in a language no one truly understands.
She put a hand to her heart. It's a feeling, and if you felt it, you need to believe in yourself. Another important line to remember. Ceres again emphasizes that Alexis needs to trust herself, because Ceres trusts her. Alexis went to bed to play with her new calculator. Simple things. She had been working on a linear equation based on the Riemann zeta function, which helps her process everything that's happening. Oh, that's not neurodivergent at all.
No, not at all.
She mentions she sees things, a strange symbol, the Grim Reaper, and feels like she's dying when she thinks about her husband's weird. And now she's been summoned to the dining room. Ooh.
She steps into the dining room in full Disney princess, but make it phonic mode. Every one of her husband's animal protectors trailing after her. The room is dim, fire crackling, very moody. And Kharon and Augustus are standing there like two men absolutely hiding something, with Augustus using his hip like a human privacy shield. Alexis opens with a very articulate, and that's relatable.
Okay.
And then we see why they were blocking the view. It looks like Patru and Achilles are tied up and gagged behind them. Should we be concerned? Turned on? A tasteful cocktail of both? Whoops.
I'll have double that, thank you. Nyx wasn't fucking around as she moved down Alexis' arm, ready to strike. They proceed to threaten the life of Achilles if she doesn't sit. Kharon wasn't bluffing. He proceeded to tell her she is outnumbered and out of options. Nah, Alexis wasn't playing that shit anymore. She points at him with finger guns, and he laughs mockingly. Ain't laughing now, bitch, because our beautiful, foul-mouthed vixen has decided to make an appearance, and boys, Nyx doesn't fuck around when it comes to her girl Alexis. And at that moment, thunder cracked, and everyone froze. And yes, Augustus, that is a very venomous echidna pointing at you like a fucking gun. And cliffhanger, that's where we end for the week.
I want to scream. Oh my God.
That definitely warrants a unenthusiastic hand job. Ooh. Ready?
Mine was terrible.
All right, let's talk some shit.
Yes. All right.
Biggest takeaway, obviously, Nyx has now shown herself.
Yes.
And she's been
Now
there
they
all
know
along.
that there is a venomous echidna in their
What does
presence.
it mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
All
And
right.
then Ceres is looking like she's acting crazy. That's our perception, which was the biggest takeaway from this entire chapter. It's all about perception, how we perceive things, how we perceive reality.
Yes.
And that, sorry, I'm going to go on a small tirade here.
Oh, here we go again.
I just have to talk about poo.
Yes.
Calling this dumb. Plato's cave is only mentioned one time in both books, very minimally here in this chapter. And Plato's cave explains the entire fucking series, basically. If you go and read it, it's one of the most famous,
Now, you don't know that because we haven't finished the book.
with all this talk of perceived reality and Plato's cave literally being the most important written work of how people perceive reality. So I'm not going to read it here, but I urge everybody, if you don't know what Plato's cave is, look it up. It's worth the read, and then it might make a little bit more sense for this book as well and where we're going. So I've been saying all along that something is wrong with everyone's perception of reality,
Yes.
whether it's the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde theory, or her just being exhausted. Who knows?
Yeah, or fugue states or something like that.
But basically, what we are seeing isn't reality. It's just a perceived reality through everyone's eyes.
So do you think each chapter is their perception?
Yeah.
So we're getting, okay, all right.
That's why I like about this book. Because a lot of writers, when they do first-person POVs, sometimes they get lazy with it, and you really don't have that big personality come out where it's obvious you're seeing it from their kind of biased point of view. Sometimes they're just lazy and it's just a regular ass point of view.
I really appreciate when they do change up the POVs to get to see the other side.
Yeah.
Especially if there is, obviously, if there's a reason for it. You're not going to get it if it's just, yeah, we saw the same shit.
I feel if you're going to do first person POVs, then you need to make sure you understand your character and understand their emotions and how that would affect how they look at reality. And I think that's what this is saying right here. Because third person POV helps writers get away from that to where they're just writing the story, they're writing the narration. And then, so it's a lot easier to get away with things and you don't have to be as specific and trick the reader and blah, 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 blah. You can be very specific with a third person POV. So it makes it a little bit easier for the writer. I think first person POV is harder to write, in my opinion. I'm not a writer. Again, speculation. I hate when people take my word for Bible. This is everything I say speculation. This is my guess. If I were a writer, I would think writing first person would be harder because I really have to put myself in that character while writing, which Joe Abercrombie does very well. But he does it in third person POV, which is even crazier.
Joe Abercrombie does it in third person POV.
But you feel like you're that character. It's so crazy. Yeah. He doesn't use I or like that. It's he does this,
really
she does
amazing.
this. Yeah. But you feel that person, and that's what Matt and I were talking about. He does it better than anybody. Yeah, it's insane how he can do it.
I really need to read The Devils. I've been meaning to. I just
Devils and the First Law trilogy are both like that too. That's just how he writes. That's his specialty.
The Devils is one book, and the other one you said trilogy.
Trilogy. So. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we already had The Devils in. You would like The Devils. It's our type of humor. It's very Monty Python type.
Oh, I remember you laughing your ass off while I was dying.
Oh my God, the zombie.
Reading Gleam, I think.
The zombie part had me absolutely dying, where they were using like zombies as cell phones, basically.
Yes.
It was brilliant, and their zombie has a lisp. So fucking funny. Because now I'm just reading it with a lisp, and it has like the lisp thing. It's so funny. That's the part where I was just like in tears.
Are you ready to talk about tinfoil hats? You want to put your tinfoil hat on?
Let's do it.
All right. So do the images come in and out of focus for Alexis because she can also wield fate? Is it possible
that she is a fate?
That she can also wield fate?
That would give her all 4 races, basically, right? That's very possible, because then you have to go back to grandparents at that point, right? Like who's Hades' parents?
Who's Hades' parents?
We know Persephone's parents.
Yep.
Her dad was a dark creature who can control plants, and Demeter was the mom. What was her power?
Do we know?
I don't think we know. I think it says it's for being foreshadowed in book 3. So she could have some fate lineage.
That's what I'm thinking.
Medusa for sure does.
Yes. Medusa for sure. That's been confirmed when Augustus said it.
And who is her lineage? Gorgon?
Artemis and a Gorgon.
And we don't know Artemis's parentage?
Nope.
Interesting.
I really want to talk about my tinfoil hat if we're done with that.
Go ahead.
All right. So for me, the image that disappeared, right? It had the little rod and it had the little squiggly line and the 2 cloud puffy things, right? Looks like the rod of Asclepius. Now, at 1:00 in the morning, the day after we read this, my brain was like, I don't know if it's because I was sleeping on my side, but it was sideways in my head. And my brain goes, hey, that looks like C+A. And I now wonder if that has something to do with Charlie. And now that we know about the primordial ancient creature that gave them the tattoo machine, like that's a lot of coincidences popping in there. I'm just making up words now. So anyways, that's my tinfoil hat. We're watching you. What's that C+A? Is that C+A sideways the rod of Asclepius?
Could be.
I'm looking at it on the other screen. I could just be seeing things in my brain.
And I'm not saying you're wrong, but it also could be because we deep dive so deeply that everything just looks conspiratorial to us.
very well be. Everything does. The word "the" again.
Now, going back to Ceres, I still think that she's Medusa because she literally just had her fucking premonition right in front of her.
If she is not Medusa, then she is another wielder of fate, clearly. So
Yeah.
if she's not Medusa, she's another wielder of fate.
But it's the eyes, lavender eyes.
Yes.
And didn't you mention a few weeks ago that, right after we read this part, when they first met Ceres, she had dark eyes?
Yes.
Okay, the Ceres that we met first, is it possible that was Agatha as Ceres? Because did Agatha show up when they were caught freeing Ceres? I can't remember if Agatha was there or not.
No, she wasn't there.
Okay, so is it possible?
We've always thought it was possible that Ceres could be Agatha.
There's a whole conspiracy behind all of this.
Yeah, there is. Because freaking Alexis had blood on her face. And Augustus or Kharon said their pager went off saying that 2 Spartans leapt out, right?
Mm.
What was the blood about? Who leapt out? What's going on?
Also, Patro knows Ceres is wrong. He said the height's wrong. He just
Yes.
told her, do not trust her. He knows,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not. If he knows, why does he do anything then?
It's got to be Medusa.
Something is going on. Why would you not stop it if you know that's not the real Ceres? If you're Patro.
But Patro could only ask the one question.
It doesn't matter. If he still truly believes, there's got to be other questions he can ask.
He wasn't allowed to. I think if he'd been able to ask more questions, it would have come out, which is why they were so
That's
adamant
right,
that he was
yeah.
only allowed to ask that
That's
question.
why they said they have to leave her alone.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
I forgot that that's how we got out of that situation. Nice. Oh, look,
That was
a
good.
contradiction that was filled. Weird.
Totally trippy.
Sorry, I might be a little, just for this episode, I'm just not going to name names, so I'm not
Yep.
giving out any love to that person. Anywho. Okay, so quote.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Predestination speaks in a language that no one truly understands. And
Yes.
she speaks all of those languages. She speaks to the creatures. Interesting.
Mhm.
All right. What's your
I think
pick?
we almost got the fate stuff figured out. That Crimson Men is just so weird. It keeps bothering me. I keep wanting to unscramble that fucking word. It annoys me. I don't like it. Something's weird.
Well, maybe it should be 3 words. Maybe we should try and bust it
Yeah,
out
I'll
into
take a
3
look at it
words.
later.
Okay.
All right, so my pick is obviously the Plato's Cave. I thought that was brilliant. I really do think
Absolutely
it's brilliant.
stunning.
This is not me kissing ass to the author or the book because we're deep diving it. Because again,
Because we had to go look it up.
not only that, but we have DNF'd a book that we deep dive, so we don't like kiss ass around here. That was brilliant. Plato's Cave is a very tiny Easter egg for everybody, and you blink, you miss it.
Ah,
If you weren't deep diving, I guarantee you miss it. I'm not saying you're dumb for missing this or just deep diving, but it's a cool little Easter egg that she put in there to be like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm not saying it's the full theory of the book. I'm just saying it's like a little nod.
and it has to trip your brain when you
Yeah.
read it to
Oh,
go,
yeah.
oh, hey, what's that?
It's a cool story. It's a very quick story. It'll take you guys like 2 minutes to read it, but it'll make you think. You're like, oh shit, I never thought about it that way. If that's the only reality I've ever known in my entire life, that's all I'll ever believe.
We could even post it on our Discord.
Yeah.
I'll put that on my
Oh,
list.
that's a good idea.
I'm going to put Plato's Cave, and I'm going to post about that in our Bonds and Blood of Hercules
Yeah.
thread on our Discord. So if you
Mhm.
want to read about it and talk about it with us, come and join us on Discord.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
All right, what's your pick?
My pick, clearly,
Oh God, yeah.
was brandishing Nyx as a
Yeah.
fucking weapon. Come on. I was wondering how it would come out that she was there, and especially seeing all of the fan art on TikTok.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
I know for a fact if they turn this into a series, this whatever episode this is gonna be on, this is gonna be the cliffhanger episode the following week or the next season. Yeah.
No doubt. This
Yeah.
is the perfect.
Not that I'm trying to give her any
Cliffhanger,
ideas if
yeah.
it does happen. Don't listen to me, Jasmine. Do not make this a cliffhanger because we
Yeah,
already
Just keep
cliffhangered.
going.
We already cliffhangered ourselves.
Yes, we
So,
did. It's terrible.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready to go to Spartan Center?
Let's do it.
herd is exhausted, traumatized, and somehow still parenting a pack of murder animals. Welcome back to Spartan Center. I'm Imus of Apollo.
And I'm Pallas of Athena. This week, ear trauma flashbacks, husband meltdowns, cosmic Ceres, and a Montana murder tour we're absolutely not putting on the highlight reel.
Plus, Patro stealing blood like it's a side quest, Achilles taking another emotional L, and Augustus gifting Alexis a calculator like it's the Olympics of overcompensation.
Let's break down the chaos before Nick starts pointing that echidna gun again.
Starting with chapter 14, coming out of the tight throwdown, Alexis and Kharon are hanging on by a thread. Augustus is bleeding from every facial, and nobody's got enough gas left to poop. Real Thursday night football energy.
Thankfully, the Broody Bunch has safe houses hidden everywhere, and Augustus goes full world's strongest man, carrying 2 spouses, dragging 3 titans, and still somehow walking like this is a warm-up lap.
Man is out here bleeding like an overzealous UFC rookie and still moving chains. Honestly, badass.
And somewhere between the mud and the medieval gore, Augustus lands on one truth. Alexis feels things, compassion, mercy, things Spartans barely remember exist, so that makes her the franchise player now.
Which means one job only, protect the quarterback every down.
And moving on to chapter 15. In the private suite, Alexis and Kharon kick off what we'll politely call joint conditioning drills, with Augustus coaching from the sidelines like a man who studied the tape, frame by frame.
And when the assist isn't enough, Augustus subs himself in like a veteran closer who knows exactly how to finish a play, clean, controlled, and absolutely ready for the highlight reel.
Before the afterglow evaporates fast when Alexis realizes Kharon literally gave her his ear, and she spirals harder than a rookie QB trying to read his first NFL defense.
The guys try to brush it off with, "You don't know what we're capable of," which is a bold move from 2 dudes who should absolutely not be flexing right now.
Alexis shuts that shit down with a line of the chapter. Maybe you don't know what I'm capable of.
And that, folks, is how you flip the entire field without even standing up. Chapter 16, Alexis, Kharon, and Augustus finally get patched up enough to poof back to the villa, and the second they land, the Crimson Duo storms in 2 linebackers who just found out someone else touched their Gatorade.
And instead of talking like adults, all 4 heirs immediately break into a full-on brood off. Arms crossed, jaws clenched, staring each other down like they're auditioning for the CW reboot of Gladiator.
Meanwhile, Alexis is standing there like, "I did not survive 2 titans, a tree trunk to the spine, and emergency ear surgery for this nonsense." She taps out of their testosterone tantrum instantly.
So she hits them with the clutch play of the chapter. She whistles, Disney princess style, and every single animal protector chooses her. Hell, Hound, Poco, Fluffy Jr., the whole damn parade.
Nothing humbles 4 immortal murder husbands faster than watching their emotional support monsters defect to their wife like it's a free agency signing.
Brood battle?
Alexis supremacy still undefeated. Over to chapter 17. Over in the training wing, Kharon starts his morning with the most unhinged daily routine in the league. Beat the absolute hell out of a dying punching bag, stalk Alexis, pick up dry cleaning, stalk Alexis again, and wrap it up with SGC tourney prep. Man's got a schedule.
Augustus drags him mid-range workout to review some game tape, courtesy of a well-known Spartan chaser who somehow caught Alexis taking on the winged titans. Think shaky iPhone footage, but with world-ending implications.
And even through the pixelated Bigfoot quality recording, the plays Alexis pulls off make zero biological, tactical, or phonic sense. Mid-air leaping with a titan, surviving hits that should have erased her spine. Did she just heal that old woman?
They did start calling her Savior and Angel of Rome. And it's not just Rome who knows about Angelus Romae, the whole world knows now.
That's partially our bad. It could be because we at Spartan Center keep televising it all in high definition.
Listen, journalism has consequences.
For Augustus and Kharon, one thing becomes clear in that film room. If they don't fix things with Alexis emotionally, strategically, spiritually, they might not survive the next play, and not because she'll kill them, but because whatever she's becoming might leave them behind.
Moving on to chapter 18, Alexis walks into the villa soaked, exhausted, and absolutely not ready for whatever gift her husbands have cooked up this time. Given their track record, that's a hard pass. Smart girl.
So she does the only rational thing, touches her animals, and poofs straight into Helen's room like she's speedrunning an escape room, and inside, Ceres, looking like the It's Always Sunny conspiracy board meme brought to life, red string and all. Lavender eye, prophecy glow included.
Ceres starts rambling about Zeus, FICO, assassinations. Alexis is left holding a blank page. Ooh, I'm totally not losing my mind.
She finally crashes, hoping for a nap worth its weight in gold, and then Patro shows up, banging on the door like he's the world's worst alarm clock.
New rule for the Broody Bunch. If Alexis is unconscious, leave her the hell alone.
But of course they won't. And that wraps up Chapter 18, the prophecy, confusion, the escape artistry, and the men who refuse to knock like normal people. Chapter 19 kicks off with Patro's midnight knocking, nearly getting everyone in the bedroom deleted because Helen wakes up sleep shooting with her eyes closed and her pink Beretta waving like she's doing a Call of Duty speedrun in her dreams.
Alexis escapes the friendly fire zone with Hel and Poco, stepping into the hallway, and immediately runs into Achilles, who's built like a concrete wall and twice as emotionally constipated.
One sign, fuck you, and Achilles backs off. Man folded like a lawn chair at a tailgate. He's pissed she kept signing a secret. Right? She's pissed he kept abandoning her. Fair.
Patro shows up next and proves once again he has zero emotional playbook. He tries to bring up the almost kill the husbands to break the marriage bond plan like they've been discussing brunch options.
She shuts that down really fast, so Patro hits the panic button and goes, fine, I'll do it myself.
And by do it myself, he means jab her with a needle and steal her blood. Absolutely not regulation. Flag on the play. Automatic ejection.
Hel's eyes flash crimson, which every viewer knows is a universal sign for Kharon is coming to end somebody.
Patro claims it's for her protection and drops a little Ceres is playing you tea on his way out, and pieces out before he gets mauled by Hellhound.
Alexis goes back to Helen's room and finally cries it out. Poco cuddles her like an emotional support gremlin he is, and Hel offers murder like Postmates.
Nyx, still asleep. Zero awareness, zero contribution. Strongest sleeper in the series. And chapter 20 sends us on the broody road trip from hell as Augustus and Kharon hit the highway to track down Alexis's old foster records and maybe commit a few felonies while they're at it.
First stop, a doctor who didn't know anything. Augustus read the play, didn't like it, and turned a man's eyeballs into party favors. Hey, sometimes you gotta clear the lane.
Then it gets weird. They meet Paul, fresh off a shovel fight, delivering full local conspiracy theorist energy, bird drones, government mind control, whole starter pack.
But that's nothing compared to the next guy. They knock on a trailer expecting another dirtbag and instead meet Mr. Prime Horror in a nice tattooed guy skin suit.
This dude blocks Augustus's mind stab like he swatted a free throw. Kharon freezes, Augustus backpedals. Both of them are terrified. That's how you know it's serious. These two don't fear shit.
One blink, one puff of smoke, poof, gone. And now the boys have a brand new nightmare to add to their collection.
They do swing by the foster father in prison, ready to snap his neck like a breadstick, but decide to let Alexis choose his fate instead.
Growth. We love to see it. Terrifying growth, but growth.
And finally get Alexis to open the gift that they gave her.
And for the first time ever, their gift isn't trauma, pain, or emotional terrorism. It's a calculator.
A custom, bulletproof, titanium-encased graphing calculator with built-in microphone and her name engraved on it.
Some women want flowers, others want chocolate. Alexis wants to solve quantum equations before breakfast.
No, you're late.
And for once, they did. Lastly, chapter 21 kicks off with Alexis waking up to Ceres, who looks like she just finished a 3-day bender at the Library of Alexandria. She's surrounded by ancient tomes, waving around a blank piece of paper like it's the Rosetta Stone and insisting that lot is the key to everything. Listener note, lots do not usually trigger existential crises, but we're working with Ceres here.
Alexis tries to follow along, but Ceres is speaking in cosmic riddles again. Predestination, lost memories, House of Zeus, trauma, very casual breakfast table stuff.
Then Ceres draws a symbol like she's channeling prophecy, and 2 seconds later, full reset, papers blank, memory wipe. She's basically running on Oracle Windows 95.
Alexis goes to dinner to figure out what the hell is going on, only to find her husband's acting suspicious as hell. Augustus is trying to block her view, and Kharon is standing like he's bracing for impact. This is never a good sign.
And when she finally sees what they've been hiding, Patro and Achilles tied up and gagged like a mid-season drama twist, Alexis is done. She finger guns them with Nyx, who they can now see, which is an important new problem. And the whole room freezes when thunder cracks.
And that, folks, is your cliffhanger. Dinner plans ruined, marriage on thin ice, echidna loaded and aimed. Coming in at number 5, we have Kharon's daily routine featuring cardio, combat drills, and a robust stalking schedule.
Man's got the consistency of an NFL kicker. Same steps, same routine every damn day. Except instead of watching film, he's watching Alexis sleep like it's game tape. At number 4, we've got Ceres going full Charlie Day with the red string board and pulling a Professor Trelawney level prophecy blackout.
Peak multitasking. She's somehow both the conspiracy theorist and the cryptic oracle. That's the kind of dual threat player you build a franchise around. Sliding into number 3, we have Augustus hauling 3 titans, one dying Alexis and one busted up Kharon, like he's auditioning for World's Strongest Spartan.
Man was one bleeding eyebrow away from flipping a chariot tire and screaming, "For time!" This is why he's the eldest heir, pure CrossFit chaos with a hero complex. In at our number 2 spot, Alexis pulling the full Disney Princess heist and walking off with every single one of their animal protectors.
The Broody Bunch out here trying to brood harder than each other, and Alexis said, "Cool story, I'll just take your protectors." Absolute dominance. And finally, our number 1 replay of the week goes to Alexis finger gunning with Nyx and aiming her like a loaded echidna at her husband.
That's right, nothing humbles 2 overpowered Spartan demigods faster than a woman armed with 1 venomous murder noodle and 0 patience.
And that was your top 5 replays of the week.
Spartan Center Top 5 Replays brought to you by Ceres Premonition Diaries for keeping secrets from everyone, including yourself.
And that closes out this week's Spartan Center. From disappearing prophecies to murder road trips to Alexis turning finger guns into actual weapons. Truly a banner week.
Next week, more drama, more delusion, and probably another Broody Bunch member making a choice so bad it belongs on ESPN's Not Top 10, business as usual.
For Imus, I'm Palace. Immortality is not a right. It's a privilege. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Booked for Two.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review to help other book lovers find the show.
Follow us on socials at Booked for Two Podcast for behind-the-scenes content, updates, and sneak peeks.
Join us for our live Q&A. We are back on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central on TikTok. We'll answer your burning questions, react to your theories, and occasionally overshare our book-related emotional damage.
Want even more chaos? Join our Discord. A link's in our bio. Come hang out, chat books, and get early access to exclusive content.
Finally, don't forget to grab your merch at bookfor2.com.
Until next time, keep turning the page.